Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dynamite D20. This is our continuing series in the Lancer campaign. This is the mission that, if completed, will launch our Lancer pilots up to the highest level available in Lancer, license level 12. First time I will ever have gone a complete character arc from level 0 all the way up until max level. Very exciting. But they're not there yet, because they still have to complete this mission. And even if they complete this mission, will they have completed their overall goal, or will there be more to do? We'll find out here and now on Lancer. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Steve. I am the game master, throwing down the situations, writing the story myself. Not a pre-written module by any means. It's me mostly making it up as I go along, reacting to what these yahoos do on the ground and in space and everywhere in between, pretty much. Our players, as such, are three. Not the Three Musketeers, but damn well close to it. We're going to go down the line in Discord order. Number 1, Cam Keeney himself. Kaz, say hi, Kaz.
Hi, Kaz. I am, as Steve said, going to be playing the character known as Cam Keeney, a starship pilot that is also a mech pilot. And the mech I am currently using is called Unwelcome Advice.
Cam Keeney, played by Kaz. No doubt would be the role of Athos in the Three Musketeers. Next on the list, the one, the only, Panda. Say hi, Panda.
Well, now I gotta Google
What's
faces.
up?
Hold on.
Name's Panda. I'm gonna be playing Janky Leaks, and yeah, I'm a mechanic. You know the deal. I've got a pet, very laid back vibes, dubious morality, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
One, the only, Panda, playing Janky Leaks. The only character to have a pet bird in any of my games that I've ever played. It's fantastic. Three Musketeer vibe keeps going. Athos, Porthos, Janky Leaks, Panda. Last but certainly not least on the Discord list, Xeroxia. What's up, Xeroxia?
Hello, I'm Xeroxia. I will be playing as Juno Pascal, piloting the Atlas. I am a hacker extraordinaire, and I'm ready to go back to Bombus, and I don't know what. That is all.
Xeroxia, playing Juno Pascal. Keeping on the trend of the Three Musketeers, you would of course be, there's only one left. Come on, everybody who knows your literature and your movies. Porthos, Athos.
I didn't know it before this, but I am reading it. Aramis?
He's one of them. There's Aramis, but he's like not really. It's Porthos, Athos, and D'Artagnan, of course.
I've never seen Three Musketeers.
Oh,
I've seen it. I saw it a long time ago, and I do remember downloading the Spark Notes thing for high
Remember
school.
when those were a thing?
I've never read the book.
Definitely been a kid using AI.
I've never read the book, but I've definitely seen some Musketeers movies. There's always, whatever. It's always swords. Swords.
You know what?
French.
I might go back and read the book, because a lot of the things that I was forced to read in history class, I hated it because I was forced to read it, and now I really love as an adult. So, You know what?
I hear that.
Steve just put me on to something.
There we go. It's always a good time reading. Reading's good. I like reading. I've been reading junk in the background as well. Let's see. But we're not here to read. We're not here to lead. Wait, we are not here to read. We are here to lead. And we're going to lead into the introduction of our next mission. Last time... Didn't want to cut you off, Panda. What did you just say?
Oh, I was going to say, that's probably the first Simpsons reference that I actually get from you.
Kaz has homework to read Three Musketeers. Panda has homework to watch Simpsons Season 2 through 9.
Jesus.
2 weeks. Plenty of time. Let's see. Last time on Lancer. What happened last time on Lancer? Last time on Lancer, our pilots were
left that weirdo planet,
going through a strange mystery on the planet Envoy. They had gone to Planet Envoy in search of their manager, Tara Browning. They found out that she was kept in a weird monastery / health spa / hospital asylum called Chateau Ennui. And it was inundated with the strange and different religion of the Planet Envoy. The goings-on at the Chateau Ennui were at the same time very inviting and welcoming, and also very kind of strange and eerie and creepy. It was discovered, after many, many trials and tribulations and wandering and kids with jam on their face, there was a secret underground cloning lab underneath Chateau Ennui. It's being operated by the resident doctor, Dr. Aristotle Amadopoulos, which, Panda, if you do your homework, you'll know that that is a Simpsons reference in and of itself. The doctor was creating clones that he was using to staff the Chateau Ennui. Those clones were imperfect Flash clones that had the usual defects, but the clones that he had made of Tara Browning were not defective, and were in fact his experiments with more true to real life, accurately quick raised clones. I think, yeah. Two of the clones, there were 4 clones of Tara Browning originally. 2 of them were detonated as suicide bombers, but one of them did not detonate. The Lancers, after much combat in borrowed and their own mechs, managed to escape Chateau Ennui and fight off the police defense force of the nearby town. The police force was, of course, in league with Dr. Aristotle Amadopoulos. They were instructed to stop the Lancers at all cost. There was a lot of cost, but there was not as much stopping, because the Lancers did indeed make it off planet, though they lost all their mechs in the process. And they even managed to bring off-world the extra Terra clone, so they got to figure out what to do with that going forward. Let's see. We now... Oh, yeah. The Lancers have scored another victory against Matt Banner and have rescued their beloved manager, Tara Browning, from the horrors of Chateau Ennui. It was a narrow escape from the town of Etaute. The local police force was corrupt, accepting bribes from Dr. Amadopoulos. They'd been instructed to stop the Lancers from leaving, but the Iron Blooded Orphans were not to be deterred. The loss of all their mechs, they managed a daring escape from the planet and hurtled into the void of space once again. When they were finally able to catch their breath, Tara, the real Tara, revealed all that she knew about how Matt Banner had deposited the crew on different planets in Geb's heart, how the Doctor was experimenting with advanced cloning techniques that he learned from Banner, and how he had the police force under his thumb. Tara actually did kill the Doctor back in his lab, but it seems that that was yet another clone, and the real Doctor is still at large. Tara looks forward to killing him again. Tara also informed the Lancers about a piece of information that Argo passed on before they were separated. Argo had modified and implanted the custom tracker that was left over on the beacon. The custom tracker that was originally intended to keep tabs on Argo is now actually keeping tabs on Argo. He gave Tara the link codes to track it, but because she was nowhere near any sort of tracking OmniNet terminal, she was unable to activate the codes until now. Upon activation, Tara discovered that the signal was emanating from Planet Inoth. Planet Inoth is home to House Basho, one of the 5 noble houses of Geb's heart. Basho holds the monopoly on the mineral inerium, found only in the deep rock layers beneath Inoth's surface. Even though they know now the location of Argo, the Lancers have decided to return to Planet Bombus. They have no mechs, and they have no known contacts on Planet Inoth, so they decided to take the 20 months of real-time travel, only 2 months of subjective time travel, to go back to Bombus. The Iron Blooded Orphans once again surrender to the quiet hum of near-light travel. You have embarked on the journey. You have 2 months to talk amongst yourselves, or figure out if you want to take any sort of action on the ship. It's not it's not as much of downtime activities as you would normally have because you're just on a ship, but most of them can translate. But if you have any desires, you can speak up. If you just want to sit back and enjoy the ride and see what happens, there's definitely going to be some random stuff that's going to happen. So we'll go reverse Discord order. Juno Pascal, is there anything in particular that you were thinking to achieve on this trip back?
I'm just along for the ride. I'm going to see what
Just
happens.
Along for the ride. See what happens. Janky Leaks, how about you?
Have we already disarmed the bomb that's inside of the Terra clone?
Yeah, one of the first things that Juno did was ask if there was a medical station on board, and there is a medical bay on the ship, and you did, in fact, scan the clone Terra. It was revealed that there was explosive devices that had been implanted in the clone, but they had somehow been deactivated. They're still in there, though.
Perfect. Yeah, no, then I'm chilling. I'm actually patching myself together because after what we went through the last mission, I am spent.
Was
I'm gonna spend time licking wounds.
It was a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on. All right, Janky also along for the ride, sitting back, relaxing, seeing what happens. Cam Keeney, how about you?
I have a list of things, but they are short. I want to go through the journal / tablet thing we took from the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of want to do like a sit rep with Tara, fill her in on what we've been through, you know, and just kind of more overall check on her mental state.
All right, let's see. The notebook / tablet / records that the doctor had is indeed basically a journal of what he was observing and seeing and experiencing and experimenting with in the underground lab. You do so it's mostly medical and technical jargon that is a little bit beyond what you personally would understand. You feel given time and motivation, a medical personnel or even like a technical personnel, a biotech type minded person would probably glean a heck of a lot from these notes. But it ain't gonna happen overnight, obviously. It's gonna take time, energy, and motivation to decipher all of these and see exactly what the doctor was up to. But you do see a couple of mundane entries that detail it seems as though he was in league with Matt Banner from the beginning. The Matt Banner that you met on your very first training soiree, the hard-nosed drill sergeant that trained you up back on Planet Zen so many years ago. That was actually the clone Matt Banner, and that clone was created by Dr. Amadopoulos. So you see a couple entries relating to that, and it makes you think back to those days. Those halcyon days, back when you were a green new recruit learning how to pilot a mech in genuine combat scenarios. But yeah. Other than that... in the doctor's notes... in the doctor's notes, there's gotta be something juicy in here. Something truly juicy in the doctor's notes. What could be truly juicy that's uncovered here? I think the juicy bit is that the establishment of the Iron Blooded Orphans. Oh yes, the establishment of the Iron Blooded Orphans was a recent development. And he has notes on your company in the journal, and it seems as though he may have been, it seems as though it was likely that he was going to send a clone Terra back to take control of the company for himself, but he also has some scribbled notes that say possible other avenues of entry. We'll explore further.
Alright.
As far as
Mhm.
Terra herself is concerned, yeah, as far as Terra is concerned, yeah, it seems like her state of mind is just like you left her. She's a little banged up, a little exhausted, worse for the wear, but her mental state is, as strong as it's ever been. She's like a rock. This company can brace itself against. I remember Janky Leaks had a great line of dialogue when Tara was rescued from the cell, and she's like, "All right, you chumps, come on, let's go." He's like, "I feel like my world has just come back together." Something along those lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's doing great, and she absorbs everything that you told her with rapt attention, and she actually is, yeah, she's wondering about the next move that you're planning. She's gonna just straight up ask, so what's your next play? You're going back to Bombus. What are you gonna do? You gonna go after Argo? It seems like that's the main lead you have, but I don't know. What are you thinking?
Uh, we've kind of been a little bit flying by the seat of our pants. I think for once, if we can get all our ducks in a row, figuring out um saying that everything has been in a state where things have kind of fallen to us. I want to try to get out ahead of this time, and I want to head it off at the pass, but I feel like our best opportunity is to find Argo and go from there. Um, because the longer we leave Matt Banner to his own devices, the worse it gets. And especially after going through this guy's notebook, like, we are kind of the only thorn in their side.
She asks you after you read the notebook and mentioned the note that he was like taking an interest in the company itself. Tara's is gonna ask, do you want me to come with you on? Do you want Tara to go with you here on out, or do you want her to go back to Planet Fafnir and see what's going on back at the actual company headquarters?
Mm. Hmm.
The big choice there would be to realize that if you send her back to Planet Fafnir, and then who knows where the Matt Banner journey will take you, you might very well never see her again, depending on what kind of light speed travel happens. Because if she goes back to Planet Fafnir, is on the planet, and you have to go, to a remote arm of the galaxy that's going to take 70 years real time, she's probably not going to be there.
We're already pretty far from Planet Fafnir as it is.
You've been away for probably with this trip back to Bombus, it was 20 months each way. So we're gonna round it around to you've been away from Fafnir 6 years. Yeah, 6 years so far.
Damn.
I think we will send them another missive. We've been kind of communicating through emails and such. And they've relatively been doing pretty well for themselves. So I'd rather you be with us.
Everybody roll a d20. See if anybody beats me.
Can I ask a question about how emails work with time dilation? Oh.
All right, nobody beat me. Emails and time dilation. That's a good question. It's a very good question. I want to say that My gut reaction is to keep it simple and say that emails and other data packets that are sent across the universe. Maybe there we go. Maybe because of the more simplistic nature of data transfer, maybe we're going to say that like quantum communication is possible, so that communications can get sent back and forth over the galactic networks with relatively little time spent. Like maximum, I don't know, a day between a message. So you can communicate and have current events, but if you send an email today and then it takes them a day to write back to you, if you're at near light speed travel, it's gonna yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like
I'm gonna assume that they still need to go through like some sort of relays in order to like get to some server. Therefore, like the latency like equates for time, and like depending on how bad the signal is, emails could come in 1 day or 1 day later from where it is because of how massive time we're talking here.
Yeah, I'd roll with that. The main thing is like, obviously, if you write a message and send it and you're like, crap, I forgot to add this detail, and you send another addendum 10 minutes later, that's, if you're at near light speed, it's like 2 weeks later for them.
I like it.
Be like, God damn it, that's not the passcode. Fuck.
This one-time password is gonna expire before I can input it into the code.
So that's how communication works. You can get a snapshot of current events, but like instantaneous real-time communication is not possible because of the time dilation. Okay then. Who just rolled highest on that D20 roll? That was Kaz. Kaz, roll me a D100. We got 18. Ooh, all right. So let's see. You have the light speed equivalent. You have the near light speed equivalent of a bird hitting your windshield as you're driving down the freeway. As we've learned, there are alien fauna up here. There's no other, at least so far, there's no other intelligent life, but there's definitely like animal life out there in the stars on different planets and in space. You've fought some like space fish back in the day, and a similar creature to those space fish is going to impact your vessel at near light speed. Because it's a soft, fleshy body, you're lucky that it doesn't rip through the whole hull. The ships have compensation measures for stuff like this, but sometimes those damn space fish just get through they slip through the cracks. The effect of it is going to be, what will the effect be? The effect of it will be, who rolled lowest on Panda? Roll a D.
Oh no.
Roll another D100. Higher is worse.
Oh god.
Here comes 100.
Oh, 80.
Oh no.
80 is pretty bad. 80 is pretty bad. Okay, because the space fish impacts your vessel, your nuclear vessel, at near light speed, you are forced to stop. And that will add time to your journey. The time that you are forced to stop will be impacted on how well you do on this skill challenge. Each of you, give me a skill of your choice and how it would relate to getting back on track in this situation. And we'll see how well you pass or fail. I'm leaving it up to you to decide your skill. You just got to make it make sense in the lens of trying to get a starship back on the road after hitting a deer.
Hey, I'm a mechanic, baby.
So yeah.
Ain't no problem a wrench can't fix.
So do you want to just rely solely on your mechanic background?
Yeah, what would that be? Grit?
Or do you want
no?
if you choose a particular skill, you can use the
Yeah.
skill and then use your mechanic background to get advantage.
Ooh, okay.
If it makes sense. Or you could just rely on your mechanic background and get a plus, we're going to say +4.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm going to rely on just that because I don't really have much else.
All right. Roll a check if you yeah. So this is just seeing what further developments happen. If you succeed, the developments
1d20 +4?
will mean you'll get back on the road more quickly. Yeah, 1d20 +4. And if you fail, then the severity of your failure will impact. All right, Janky Leaks is fine. Janky Leaks has been on starships long enough, been talking with Camp Keeney long enough. Janky Leaks just says, yo, all you need is a big old space squeegee, slap some duct tape on that crack in the windshield, we'll be good to go. Won't even notice it. And Janky does just that. Gets in an EVA suit, hops out, cleans it up real good, real nice, uses the nice green windshield cleaner, not that lame blue stuff that they try and push on you.
I put Rain-X on it.
Juno, what are you thinking?
I mean, is there any actual damage to the systems or anything? Because I don't have a whole lot of skills physically to do.
You give me a skill and you spin a story about how it will help, and then we will take it from there. This is your story.
I guess I'll see if I could boost our systems, see if we can get any optimization in the ship.
Optimizing while you have time, while you have downtime, while this fish is being cleaned off. You're gonna make sure that you're gonna you're gonna make sure that when you spilled the water on your desk, it didn't drip down and get into your graphics card. You're gonna do some diagnostics and see if there's any way you can optimize processes that are on board. So what skill is that?
I guess that could be a hacker fix or possibly even my background, because hacker.
Hacker fix, go for it. Ooh, close one, but you make it. You run some diagnostics on the electronic systems, and you see that yes, the fish in question did not breach the inner sanctum of electronics of the ship. And while you're in there, you didn't have a spectacular success, so you don't really gain anything. But you definitely know that fish's juices didn't get in there, and it's not going to short circuit anything further down the line. Cam Keeney, what do you got?
I have two, if you don't like the first one, but I was going to use my get somewhere quickly, knowing that this is going to cost us a little bit of time in our light travel. Maybe look at some of the star maps and try to figure out if I can make up some of that time by putting us on like the most optimal path back to Bombus.
I'll go with that. Yeah,
Where we
since
are.
you're at a dead stop now. When you took off, it was pretty hectic and frantic, and they're just like go 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 go. But now you have a little bit of time to sit down and actually take a look at what is going to be input into the next course correction. So yeah, get somewhere quickly. I'll go with that. Oh, plenty. Rousing success. 18. 18 gets somewhere quickly. So yeah, while
I am a starship pilot.
While Juno is running the diagnostics and Janky is outside doing flips in space, you are hard at work at the navigation console, picking out the roots that can most effectively use like gravity slingshots, and like you're passing by some shoot, what is it? All my Elite Dangerous terminology's gone out the window. You're passing neutron stars. There you go. You're passing by some neutron stars, and you can siphon off some of the energy from the neutron star to give yourself a little boost here and there. So yeah, because of that check, we're gonna say you shave off a month of real time. So it's going to be 19 months instead of 20.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All because we got Terra back.
Let's see, Terra. Speaking of Terra, Terra's gonna roll a check of her own for the heck of it. Unmodified D20 to see what happens. Oh, okay. So far on the trip, you've noticed that Terra is actually spending a lot of time with Terra, interestingly enough.
I don't trust that clone.
Eventually, you get back in the saddle and you plot the new course in.
I think the only person I have told that I might try to kill that clone.
Is who? I didn't hear.
You cut off.
Oh, Janky Elite.
Oh.
And I'm like, relax. You can't just let her have this.
Just that fucking clone.
You get back on track, and you once again rocket into the recess, the dark void of space. The middle ground on that last D20 roll that I've been referencing this whole time was Juno. Juno, roll me a D100.
All right.
54. As you are passing by, you're passing by a star system that has, if you're reading the charts correctly, you're passing by the star system that has an asteroid belt in it. But instead of lots and lots and lots of tiny asteroids in the asteroid belt, it's made of relatively few. I mean, it's still a lot because it's, an astronomical scale, but it's made up of much fewer but very larger asteroids in this asteroid belt. And apparently your long-range scanners are picking up basically a billboard advertisement. I'm treating this as a road trip because that's the analog comparison that I have. So you're on this space road trip, and you see basically a billboard that is advertising a... it's advertising Ogma. Oghma. It's advertising Ogma, a creature unlike anything you have ever seen. Words cannot describe it. Come visit and be amazed. And it's apparently on one of these large asteroids in this system. Anyone have any thoughts on the matter?
Hey, I'll never say no to a pit stop.
I want to see Ogma.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
I'm not gonna tell
Come
my
on,
crew,
Cam.
man.
It's like something you've never seen before.
Okay. That's how we get shot a lot of the time. You know this, right?
When
What's
have you-
the worst
when
that
have you-
could happen?
When have you ever gotten shot? You've never gotten shot? What are you talking about?
I shot myself once.
So am I taking it that Cam does not oppose?
No, obviously not.
All right. You
Cam is always reluctant to say yes, even if there's a small part of them that does want to say yes.
So, like kids bounding up from the back seat in the minivan, you all at once go over to the pilot, the pilot of the transport. You're like, "Yo, did you see that? We gotta stop. We gotta stop. We gotta go see Ogma. Dude, do you want to see Ogma? We don't see Ogma. We gotta stop. Go, 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 go." And so he spins down the sublight drives, and you take a slight detour back down to this asteroid belt, and you land on the asteroid in question. It is similar to asteroid bases you've been to in the past, but it looks like it is purely dedicated. It is a pit stop, so there is like a motel and such, a interstellar road trip motel. But the main attraction of this large little asteroid pit stop is, in fact, the Ogma attraction. Let's see. You get out, and you go to see Ogma. It appears that, have any of you, well, we've all been to tourist traps like this. A lot of it is stuff that is a lot of it is attractions and shops and stuff that is not the Ogma main attraction. There's like laser tag over here, and there's like restaurants over here, and there's like souvenir shops over here, and there's like a carnival over here, and there's like
the world's fattest baby.
Oh my god.
But there's a lot of that type of stuff going on. So there's a lot to do here. How much of the sights do you want to take in? Do you want to hang out and explore and go kick your heels up a bit, or do you want to go straight to Ogma because you don't want to waste your time and energy on bobbing for apples?
Oh, I'm going straight to Ogma.
Oh yeah, I'm heading straight there.
Cam.
I am heading there, and I'm sticking close to Terra.
Which Terra?
The real Terra.
How do you know which one's the real Terra?
Actually, no. No, you know what? Yeah, the real Terra.
All right.
Whichever one I think is hopefully the real Terra.
All right.
I will always throw out a question to make sure.
Everybody roll
Are you Terra Prime?
Everybody roll a d20.
What a mid-roll.
Jesus.
A 12, a 10, and a 9. Wow. Very close together. Cam Keeney rolled the lowest.
Mm-hmm.
So the journey to Ogma is, very, very tchotchke and kind of over the top theatrical. The journey to Ogma, it never mentions what exactly Ogma is, but it gives these fantastical backstories, almost like somebody was writing something for a tabletop role-playing game to make it sound super big and grandiose and amazing and unlike anything everybody's ever seen, but it never actually mentions what Ogma is. But it says you have to simulate the journey of those that made first contact with Ogma, and you have to make your way through a maze. It's a mirror maze that you have to make your way through. It's a series of basically mini games that lead up to the final Ogma reveal. And so you go through a mirror maze first. Everybody makes it out of the mirror maze within the span of everybody goes into the mirror maze, and you go and you split up and you take your time. Cam Keeney, even though you were hell-bent on sticking close to Terra Prime, you lose her in the mirror maze. And everybody makes it out to the other side, except Cam Keeney. Cam, for whatever reason, you are just having a bad time in there. You're like, wait, okay, I got this. Boom, hit a wall. Okay, wait, no. Okay, I see the trick now. Boom, hit a wall. Okay, wait, no. And everybody else is waiting outside for literally like 5 minutes. waiting outside. Do you wish to keep waiting for Cam, or do you wish to continue on to the next thing?
Oh, we'll wait.
Yeah.
Cam, roll a d20.
Mhm. God damn it. Okay.
I at this point, I'm pissing myself in laughter.
Let's blitz.
Ooh, let's.
I
Let's see.
smashed one of the walls just so I can get out.
I
Oh,
want to believe that a 20 was you just walking through all the walls.
I mean, you just said it, and you did roll 20s. You can choose basically whatever you want to do. We're gonna say Cam Keeney breaks a mirror, and that's when the start of his bad luck begins.
Oh no.
As soon as you break a mirror, a pneumatic tube descends from the ceiling above you, like a bank teller in the olden days, and it sucks you up Futurama style. And Cam Keeney is transported to the detention center here at the Ogma tourist attraction for destruction of property. Cam, you're gonna have to pay a fine or deal with the consequences of breaking a mirror.
Okay.
The rest of you may continue uninhibited.
I think I got cast at the prison.
Kaz said it first.
Stop out here.
Oh.
I did say it first.
Yep.
Okay, what's next? How do we get to Ogma?
Yeah. Let's just go.
The
We'll take a
next,
picture for
the next leg of the Ogma journey is a. What's it gonna be? First was the mirror maze. Second is a. Second is a. I want to say second is a cheesy obstacle course with like big foam swinging pendulums and like a ball pit that you have to cross through and like a trampoline pad, but it keeps tilting left and right to throw you off balance, and one of those tunnels where you got a straight platform but the whole tunnel is spinning around you trying to give you vertigo. It's like that. It's an obstacle course that you have to get through.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Juno and Janky Leaks, roll a d20.
Oh, okay, cool.
You both make it. So Juno rolled lower. Janky Leaks, you make it through just fine. After doing all those backflips out in space, vertigo is nothing for you. You got hand-eye coordination for days. You dodge the pendulums. You strafe through the ball pit. You jump on the trampoline with style and grace. Juno, on the other hand, is having trouble. Juno can't get past that dang pendulum because the timing is just weird and throwing you off. So it keeps hitting you, and pushing you back, and pushing you back, and pushing you back. When you get to the vertigo area, it really hits you hard for some reason, and it actually forces you to take a seat, and you're feeling really nauseous. You don't know how long it's going to take to pass. If you continue on, there's a chance that you're going to lose your lunch. If you stay here and wait, then you'll get over it, and you won't have to worry about barfing on everything and everyone. What do you wish to
I'm
do?
gonna take that risk.
Oh, you're going to take the risk of barfing on everybody and everyone.
Yep.
All right. The next portion of the tourist trap is gonna be a what will it be? It's It's gonna be like a miniature escape room. So you make it through the obstacle course, and then you get into the next chamber, and the door dramatically closes and seals behind you. And you're in basically a little miniature escape room that is supposed to take like 15 minutes instead of an hour. So you have to try and figure out the clues and the puzzles and the tricks of this escape room to get out. Both of you roll a d20.
Please no cash register puzzles.
Oh.
Juno Pascal is, even though your stomach is turning in knots, your mind is as sharp as ever. You are able to deduce the function of the escape room, but every time you stand up to try and do one of the clues, your stomach lurches. Roll a d20 with disadvantage. A 1d20 minus 6. Minus 1d6.
Alright, hang on. So, /R 1d20 minus 6. Oops. Minus 6.
Oh, no! -5. Natural 1 on keeping your lunch inside your stomach. You definitely do not keep your lunch inside your stomach. You vomit chunks of nobody even knows what. It reminds Janky Leaks of the fish he just scraped off of the windshield. But it goes everywhere. And it is both chunky yet moist.
Oh my god.
And this is a escape room that is actually pretty dang decent quality, despite it being a tourist attraction. There's a lot of electronic components in this escape room, and you hurl on it, and you cause a bunch of the escape room clues to malfunction. And a pneumatic tube descends from the ceiling and sucks you up Futurama style and says, "You have been taken to the detention center for destruction of company property."
It wasn't my fault. It was your damn obstacle course.
Oh my god. They're dropping like flies. This is basically Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh boy. Janky Leaks. It seems you and Tara are the only ones left. Everybody else has either been sucked up by pneumatic tubes or just didn't go through the Ogma tourist trap. So you and Tara are the last.
That's crazy.
And you finally make it to the Chamber of Ogma. The alien life form unlike anything that anybody has ever seen. Janky Leaks.
So hyped.
Roll a d20.
Oh no. Okay.
You see that it is all a hoax. It has all been it has all been a hoax. The quote-unquote Ogma alien life form looks to be a Earth rabbit, which has the horns of a what's a horned animal?
A jackalope?
No,
A deer?
I'm avoiding the jackalope.
A deer? A goat?
A ram. It is a rabbit that clearly came from Earth, that has been dyed to a deep blue color, and it has been taxidermized, and it has a pair of ram's horns on it.
Oh, it's not alive?
No, not at all.
Oh.
It's a real freak show.
Oh.
And
I'm
it looks
jumping
like
over the banister.
it looks like they superglued some LED lights on it so that it radiates with its inner fire, even though it's still dead, quote unquote, or not alive, quote unquote. So yeah, it's really, really cheesy and really disappointing.
Damn it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm jumping over the banister, I'm ripping it out of the floor, and I'm throwing it at the wall.
As you jump over the banister and lay hands upon the great Ogma, a pneumatic tube descends from the ceiling and sucks you up Futurama style. You are promptly deposited in the detention holding center with your 2 crewmates.
What's up,
I
guys?
am laying on the floor, full nap, with my jacket covering me, full like drunk tank style.
The head security officer of the Ogma trading post approaches you. This detention center is basically a plexiglass cube, and outside the plexiglass cube, you basically see a really shady-looking office building.
They're gonna fleece us for everything.
The security officer in charge has a bad comb-over, looks to be slightly overweight, is wearing mirrored aviator sunglasses, even though it's indoors and he has fluorescent lighting illuminating the place. And he looks at you with a mixture of contempt and satisfaction. It's what makes you...
It's that pride you get when you know you're about to cash out.
What makes you think you can walk into a honest establishment like this and just start breaking our property, huh?
All right. How much is it gonna cost to get us out of here?
Cutting straight to the point. I see. I like that. I can respect that. Even if you are no good degenerates. We here at the
And
Ogma
so
Trading Post can
right.
be civil individuals. Let's tally up the extent of your damage. 1 mirror made of extra Jehovian glass, tempered 3 times over, of course.
Uh-huh.
Electronic components that were sourced and custom built from Planet Zhivago. Of course, very, very, very expensive and hard to get. Custom built for this
No, I can tell
establishment,
you'll
don't you
use
know?
the highest quality components here.
And
Dr.
perhaps
Zhivago?
the most grievous, the desecration of our beloved Ogma, a alien species that, if you had bothered to read all the placards on the way over, is a one-of-a-kind species and will never be able to be discovered again, thought to be extinct, hailing from one of the most distant stars. The grand total, of course, comes out to be, and he gives you a sum in the universal currency of mana. He gives you a sum that roughly equals the price of an interstellar starship.
Oh, I'm sorry, pardon?
Oh, or do you mean to tell me that you are unable to pay said sum?
All right, yeah. What comes next?
In that case, I suppose you'll just have to work it off.
Work it off. Yeah, I could do that.
Let's calculate the term of your employment here at the Ogma Trading Post. Let's see. Carry the 3. It seems like, based on our wages, you will have to work here for about 57 years. He
All right.
lowers his aviator glasses and stares at you. Doesn't look like you'll keel over before then, at least.
Okay. So what do I do? How do I sign the papers and stuff?
Oh, there are no papers for you to sign. This is, after all, a criminal prosecution, and you are merely serving your time.
Okay.
Your first assignment will be your first assignment will be energy generation.
Mhm.
Have a good time. And he pushes a button on the wall, and the floor collapses from out from underneath you. And you are sent down a spiraling chute into the interior of the asteroid. And you're deposited in the power generation center, which appears to be made up of many individuals that look similar to yourselves, literally running on treadmills.
Oh God.
You are greeted with a new security officer who is extremely big and extremely thick looking in neck and possibly mind.
Intelligence.
And he pushes you over to a set of 3 empty treadmills. It says, "Time for you to earn your keep." And he looks at
I'm
you.
fighting him.
You're fighting him. All right. So, Janky Leaks has chosen to fight. Does anybody else choose to do anything right now?
I'm gonna help Janky.
Am I to
I'm not
believe
working here for
that
57 years.
all 3 of you wish to stage a daring escape from the Ogma trading post?
Yes.
You may stage a daring escape from the Ogma trading post. Okay,
I was
then.
hoping that maybe at some point that dude opened the door and I was gonna lay hands on him.
All right, then. So, the facts, as you see them, are that this place is a tourist trap, and it has taken on a new meaning to those words. Tourist trap.
I see. Clever.
And you see that several such tourists have fallen for the trap and have been imprisoned here, and they're basically being used as forced labor, which, if anybody's been playing at home, blatantly violates one of the utopian pillars that Union has laid out, that no human shall be held in bondage through debt, labor, or force. And so these guys are, big time violators of galactic standards. So, you can see that there is a security force down here. You can see that there are several other tourists which are tethered to their respective treadmills. And you 3. Your weapons were obviously... your weapons were obviously confiscated when you were sliding down the tubes. Actually, you know what? We're going to say your weapons were... Yeah. I'm going to roll for it. 1, it goes this way. 2, it goes that way.
Oh my God, give us our weapons, please.
2, it goes that way. You have your weapons on you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Everybody roll.
They fucked up.
Everybody roll a d20. Cam Keeney. Cam? Did we lose Cam? If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh. Oh no.
Kaz?
Oh no.
Thought you already got your pizza. Cam,
Come back to me, brother.
I'm only an elected official. I can't make decisions by myself. Oh, I just see a blip. Do I just see a blip? Kaz?
Something has to have happened.
Yeah. Is he gonna He's still in the game.
Yeah.
He's still on Discord.
Yes.
Did the powers of Ogma prove to be too great? Has Cam succumbed to the space hair ram? Space harem. Space harem. He's watching anime, isn't he?
Gambit.
Now, every time anyone is away from the keyboard, we just gotta say that they've got a case of Ogma.
This is the longest this has ever happened.
Yeah, normally he figures it out by now.
Where? Let's see if his Discord is working. Oh, you already pinged him. Never mind. Kaz, you good? You good? There, Kaz. What's going on?
Way ahead of you.
Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna roll in place of Kaz. D20. Jonk. Kaz rolled less than 10. All right.
Oh
no. So yes, you all still have your weapons, and describe to me your plan. What is your spur of the moment plan of action, knowing the facts that you know?
We're gonna try to assault this guard, set as many people free as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
The revolution of the Ogma trading post is at hand.
Yeah, basically. If I can give one of my arms to another person, I will.
Okay, skill challenge time. So yes, Janky Leaks, you just said that you want to take part in direct and overt combat to overpower these guards. I will allow that. Juno, what skill do you think you want? Take someone out seems like a likely choice.
Yeah.
But if you wish to use anything else, you may do so.
Kaz,
you back yet?
I suppose. Could. Yeah, take someone out.
Every so often I'm just going
God.
to say, Kaz, you back, just to see if he's back yet.
There's no way Kaz is away from the revolution actually happening.
What would Cam Keeney use? Stay cool, survive, word on the street, charm, investigate, take control. Take control. He's got take control. Use force, violence, presence of will, or direct action. Take control. You know what? Knowing Cam Keeney, he might. I don't know. He could go one of two ways. He could join in with your. This is why Kaz needs to be here. Where are you, Kaz? He could join in with your direct assault, or I feel like Cam could try and give a rousing, inspirational speech to try and convince the other prisoners to jump in right off the bat.
I think so,
and
too.
throw off the shackles of oppression. Talk some sense into him while you two are grappling.
You flip for it.
So I'm going to flip for it. 1, he's going to take part with you. 2, he's going to try and give a rousing speech. 1. All right. He's going to take part with you 3. Okay. So, you all have your weapons, which you all instinctively reach for. Juno, roll your check of take someone out, but with disadvantage.
Okay.
As you draw your weapon, you see that it has been somehow rendered inoperative. You sense that on the way down on the chute, some sort of electromagnetic field or other sort of intangible force has rendered your weapons obsolete in terms of firepower. But even though your weapon does not work, you still manage to have the quick reflexes and strength of mind to realize, oh shoot, I can't depend on this weapon. But you still manage to get in there and effectively take someone out, possibly using your weapon as a blunt instrument instead. Janky Leaks, you may roll your assault check. You are the only one, as soon as you lay hands on your weapon, maybe it's because of your mechanic background, as soon as you lay your hands on the weapon, you feel the difference, and you're like, right from the bat, oh shoot, they did something. And so, you can roll this check without disadvantage.
Nice. Oh, wait,
Ooh, just barely a 10. We've got
Oh my
two
God.
10s, the bare minimum needed for success.
Jesus.
So that's 2 successes. So let's see. You also are thrown off a little bit, even though you knew your weapon was inoperative. That threw you off a little bit. You were not expecting that, but you do manage to pull it together and are able to be very effective in assaulting the guards. Cam, last but not least, Cam did not realize that the weapons were tampered with. He will use his take control with a disadvantage. Ooh, jeez. Just scraping by, skin your teeth. It was a 12. So all three of you just unleash the pent-up anger, the frustration, the disappointment. This was supposed to be a pleasant stop on our road trip. We were excited by your billboard. We genuinely wanted to support your business, and you do this, and
They threw
you...
us in prison and we just started beating
Well, nobody said this was an intelligent operation they were running here, so it tracks. They never really expected anybody to... They never really expected Lancers to fall into their hands, is really what it comes down to.
That
So,
is true.
instead of a fun-filled day of games and adventures and seeing a really cool museum piece or a living entity that you hadn't seen before, you had to right some wrongs in the universe, and you had to do it through the use of violence. And you did so in rousing fashion. There aren't a whole lot of guards down there because, again, they were mostly just dealing with travelers or merchants, people who weren't accustomed to actual combat. They got complacent because they had had so much success up to this point. They didn't see the telltale signs that you guys were a threat to them. And so you just steamroll all over their operation. You disable the guard. I mean, I'll flip and give it to you. You can decide what you want to do with the guards. Do you want to knock them out, incapacitate them, tie them up, or you can just straight up kill them? You know, we've got the questionable morals in this game. What do you want to do?
Oh, wait. I was thinking about if there's a way we can use the bomb that was inside Terra to blow this place up.
Oh, jeez. So, let's see. Number one, you know the bomb inside Terra is not enough to take this whole place out, because it's
true.
basically like a frag grenade.
Okay, never mind.
And it would take time and energy and have risks associated with, outpatient surgery, basically. And you only have a ship's medical bay to do so. So you could, but it would take time and have risks.
It's fine. We're knocking them out.
You knock everybody out.
Actually, they were enslaving these people.
I mean,
We
you
want
could
that kind of person
you could
around?
take a chance. Combat is fast and furious. You could kill somebody without even knowing if you want to take a gamble and roll against me.
Yeah, sure.
All right. If I win, you kill them. If you win, you just knock them out. Roll a d20.
Oh, no.
How could this happen?
Ooh, I rolled a 1. You almost rolled a 1. But
I almost did.
you beat me, so you don't accidentally kill anybody.
Excellent.
So yeah, you have freed the tourists that were here. There's not a whole lot of them. There's a small group. There's maybe like, we're going to say 20 people? Yeah, there's like 20 people. All who were generating the power for the system by running on treadmills. They thank
How
you
long have they been
profusely.
there?
What'd you just say?
How long have they been there?
Most of them have the longest somebody has been there is, we're gonna say, this poor bastard. How long? $11 months.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
I thought you were gonna say 11 years.
It's a relatively new operation. Apparently, based on what the folks have overheard, they set up shop on one of these asteroids and milk it as long as the milking is good. But when they either get too big or somebody starts catching on, they pick up and move shop. And they don't know what happens to the people then, so they're really glad that you got to them before they picked up and moved the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There are a couple of shuttles at this location that the guards would use to go to the nearest planet. So you could either let the captives get on a shuttle and send them on their way, or you could take them with you. Kaz, you back yet?
I'm gonna vote and get them on a shuttle.
Kaz is not back yet. We have one vote for stick him on a shuttle. Panda?
Yeah, I can do that too.
All right, 2 votes for sticking him on a shuttle. Cam would undoubtedly say the same. Kaz, where the hell are you? I'm genuinely worried now. Did he die at the keyboard? Did he have a heart attack? Did he choke
Yeah,
on his
what
pizza? Kaz! Do you have his number? Do you text him ever?
Oh, I can text him. Yeah, I have his number.
Text him. WTF, mate. Don't choke on pizza. Don't undertip the pizza guy and then have him come back with a vengeance and shank you. Maybe a piece of an airplane fell off and crushed Kaz's apartment. We're assuming the worst, so that when the best happens, we're surprised and happy.
All right, I just sent him a text.
Okay. As you
The
get everybody.
craziest thing is the last text I sent him was June 8th, also saying "You good?" question mark.
October 26th. No, really, you good? Let's see. So yeah, you get everybody out on the shuttles, and there are a couple of individuals who volunteer to take charge of the guards, the masterminds behind this operation. They will contact local officials and make sure that they are faced with justice for what they have done. So you can feel good that they have been brought to they have been brought to
Excellent.
true justice. While you search the joint, after everybody has evacuated from the asteroid, you search the joint. 'Cause spoils of war, you know?
Hell yeah.
You didn't kill anybody. You deserve this. This is fine.
Please don't need to know what's not in our shit right now.
Let's see. You find. What do you find? Where is my list of reserves? Reserves. Let's roll randomly for it and see if it makes sense. So, Roxy, roll a d3.
Okay.
You have rolled a 3. Panda, roll a d20. Panda, roll a d20. There we go. A 2. We're gonna say that. We're gonna say. I'll give you a choice. You have, do I want to give you a choice or do I want to just roll for it? Now we'll give you a choice. Without spending too much time here, you can either gut some of their electrical equipment to give you the tactical advantage of accuracy, which will provide +1 accuracy to a particular mech skill or action for the duration of this mission. You're basically enhancing your electrical systems by using some of their pieced together, using some of their security systems, like the pneumatic tubes that descended and sucked people up. That's pretty sophisticated. Everything else is kind of cheap, but they were using some pretty sophisticated security equipment. So you can gut their electrical system and add it to your own, for your own advantage, or you can stand by. I'm gonna look this up. Or you can be inspired by the pneumatic tubes themselves and basically convert the tubes themselves into an improvised weapon that can be used for the duration of this mission.
Personally, I like the idea of harvesting the systems.
Yeah.
All right, you can harvest the systems. Accuracy. Training or enhancement that provides +1 accuracy to a particular mech skill or action for the duration of this mission. So who's going to who's going to take the parts, basically? Who's going to take and use the parts? So we can do it for one person.
I'm rescinding. I'm giving it over to Janky.
All right, Janky.
I mean, I'll take it.
+1 accuracy to a particular mech skill or action for the duration of this mission. I'll let you think about that. You don't actually have a mech yet, but if and when you get a new mech, you can choose where to put that bonus. But you should mark that down so that you remember. I'm going to put it in the mission reserves. Single-use
You got through that
mission
obstacle
gear.
course without growing up, so you deserve that.
+1 accuracy to a particular mech skill or action for mission 12. Done and done. All right. And with that, the adventure on the Ogma trading post comes to a close.
What a
Kaz,
disappointment.
however, has still succumbed to the power of Ogma and is not back yet. Kaz, no response from the text message?
No, nothing.
This is odd. This is
Kinda
odd.
worried.
Kind of a little bit worried.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was the extent of the events, the random events that were going to happen on the journey back to Bombas. But I'm going to pause because we need Kaz. Because we need Kaz to play the character. I ain't going to play it for him. If somebody says, sorry, I can't play this week, then we don't play that week. So we're going to wait. Is there a way to pause a recording Oh, there is. Pause recording on OBS. I'm going to pause the recording. Be right back. Pause. And we're back. Never mind the adventure that Kaz had in real life. It was daring. It was amazing. It was the greatest story that's ever been told, but we can't tell it here. So, be happy that Kaz is alive and well, and we're going to continue. All right. After the events of the Ogma tourist trap, the rest of the journey passes without incident. And you finally make it back to Bombus. Bombus, the tropical planet of beaches and sunlight and warm waves, which of course is one of the only places that I loaded up an actual beach playlist for. Beach jams. Bombus, greeting you like an old friend, home of House Rat Town, has been nothing but good to you. And yeah, you touch back down on the surface of Bombus. Is there anything specific that y'all want to do when you arrive? Janky Leaks, what do you feel like doing now that you have arrived back on Bombus? What's your priorities here?
Getting a mech.
Getting a mech. You, first and foremost. So, your patron here on Bombus is House Rat Town, of course. They're the ones who allowed you to print the mechs that you just took on this past mission. So you, Janky Leaks, check in with House Rat Town. A very prudent, thoughtful action to see if you can get new mechs. How much of the story do you tell? Janky Leaks.
I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna tell them about this health facility. I'm gonna tell them about how they're making fast clones as workers, but I am not saying anything about Terra being cloned at all.
So the captain of the starship you were just on and the crew of the starship you were just on are under the employ of House Rat Town. So they are going to give their report, and they are definitely going to spill the beans about Terra clone. They don't necessarily know all the specifics of why there's a Terra clone here, but they're definitely got to report it in their report. So I feel like that's one thing you can't hide.
Well, I don't have to necessarily say it. If they ask, then maybe I'll have an answer for them. But it's not something that I need to include.
All right. But you do tell them about the illegal cloning facility. Do you mention the connection? Do you mention anything that you discovered in the notebook of the doctor?
No.
All right. They're going to take your report and correlate it with the info that their crew from the starship gives them. But I'm pretty sure last time we determined that you guys are basically honorary members of House Rat Town for all the services that you've done them and all the prosper that you have brought upon them in one way or the other. So yeah, you can definitely print new mechs here while you were on base. So you can definitely handle that. Juno, is there anything in particular you wanted to do right when you step off?
I want to go to the hospital and see if they have any contact information as to where Chester was sent.
It seems as though when you step off the ship, you actually do get a transmission about Chester. In fact, yes, there is a message waiting for you as you step off the ship. The medical staff at the Del Santos Medical Facility says that there have been some unexpected developments in Chester's condition. They say
Oh, no.
he is awake, but they would very much like it if you would come to the planet. A, because he is fit enough for discharge, and 2, because they need you to see the developments that had happened, and they can't discuss it over the phone.
All right. Okay, this is gonna
Okay.
get weird.
How far is Del Santos?
Del Santos will take... It ain't like running to the grocery store, I'll tell you that. Let's see. Del Santos will take 1 week of subjective time.
Okay.
And that translates into, I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks of real time? Not quite a month of real time.
That's not so bad.
But yeah, they are urging you to come at your earliest convenience.
Sure.
Cam Keeney, what do you feel like doing? Do you have any agenda as soon as you step off?
Oh, get to Bombas. I think Cam's thing would be to start drafting a very long, detailed statement and just communication to the Iron Blooded Orphan organization.
About what?
About the fact that we recovered Terra. I'm not gonna mention necessarily right this second about the clone. We recovered Terra. We recovered. Trying to think what I said the last time we talked to them. I think it was mostly just about what their mission was on Bombas in the first place. So, mostly mentioning that Terra is safe, talking about looking for the rest of the lost crew, and for them to seeing how we're kind of very far out, that you know, we have heard a lot of good things, for them to kind of give me a detailed, just kind of operations check, how everything's going, what if anything they need from us, you know, like either if they need, like, you know, any kind of okays for anything. Just basically, we've been gone for so long, catch us up. What do you need from us on our end?
All right. So, one of the things that I've actually forgotten to keep doing is your original formation of the Iron Blooded Orphans was a result of a get organized downtime check, and I should have been, every time you had a downtime check, have you roll for your organization. So we're going to pick that back up. So
Okay.
you have to roll a... How
many rolls? Let me think.
Each downtime after the first roll. So, let's see. So we basically just need to roll to see how the organization has been doing. And it doesn't specify specifically what we're rolling, but because you are actively trying to engage with them and like telling them what's what and seeing how you can help them, we're gonna give you a you know what is the IBO? Currently it's got 3 influence and 5 efficiency. And you +5. You know what? We're going to just give it a advantage. So roll a d20 plus 1d6, and we'll see how well the company has been doing on its own. Doesn't have to be together. You can just click them separately if you need. Oh, there it is. Ooh, ooh, barely. Barely. On a 10 through 19, you rolled an 11. On a 10 through 19, your organization is stable. It gains either +2 efficiency or influence to a maximum of +6. Do you wish to increase the Iron Blooded Orphans organization or efficiency? Efficiency or influence? Right now, your efficiency is +5, your influence is +3.
Efficiency or influence?
Basically, do you want to max out efficiency or do you want to keep going up with influence?
Let's Let's do efficiency.
You're gonna max out
I hate
efficiency.
I feel like max efficiency is we finally have figured out that if we don't pay our workers enough, the government will subsidize it, so we can actually let that happen.
No.
Or
You're
that they're
Walmart.
or that they're so efficient that by the time you get back, they don't need you anymore and they stage a hostile takeover and run the company themselves because they know business better than you do. But you've maxed out the efficiency and you send your communique with them. And, yeah, as we were just talking about, the communications, and especially now that you're back on a planet, communications can happen without the worry of time dilation. So yeah, you've been away from Planet Fafnir. We rounded it up to about 6 years. You've been away for about 6 years. So, plenty of people are still in the organization that you actually helped to train, because remember we had the 4-year stint where you worked to establish the company. So you established the company for 4 years. Now you've been away for like 6 years. The 6 years is subjective time. The 6 years is real time, though, not subjective time. You all spent the 4 years for real, but you did not spend the entire 6 years since then. So yeah, they're like some 10-year veterans back there who have been holding down the fort and keeping things efficient. And because you trained them personally and Tara was there to train them personally, they are holding it together pretty well, and their efficiency is probably as good as anybody could hope for. And because they're so efficient, you ask, yeah, what do you need? They're like, nothing. We're fine. We've been, carrying out the contracts as to the best of our abilities. We've been getting pretty good reviews overall. Lots of 5 stars, only a couple of 4.5s, but our overall rating is definitely up there. Keeping the company afloat. We're just, again, because it's your organization, you can actually invoke your organization if you ever are in a situation where, oh shoot, we need some sort of assistance, you can invoke the efficiency or influence of your own mercenary company to help you in your tasks. So they remind you of that, because I don't think you've ever actually invoked them. Well, you might have. On Bombus,
I think I tried to put them on standby for something, yeah.
On Bombus, the fact that they had done well in the mission beforehand led you to where you are, having good relations with them, so that was one of the perks.
I think I did well.
You did it? Uh-oh. You just cut out again.
I don't know if we actually did that.
I don't know what you just said,
Hello?
because you just cut out for a hot second.
Is my Discord dying?
Yep,
Hello?
you're back now. I hear you now.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes. Yes. No, I was saying I thought I asked one time for them to be on
The same exact thing happened. We keep hearing you
standby
say,
for something, but I don't think I ever actually sent the message.
yeah, I think
Oh
your
my
Discord
God.
your Discord is definitely lagging. You are having a day.
All right, never mind. Moving on.
You are having a day, Cass. Moving on. You may have asked them to be on standby, and so, I mean, what does that mean over the course of the 6 years you've been gone? They kept doing the missions. They're on standby if you ever call on them. Sure. But yeah, other than that, it's good. They feel like they're good. Okay, yeah, this actually kind of tracks. They feel like they're good at being efficient in taking care of the missions, but they feel like they could expand their influence if they had a person such as Tara back at headquarters. She was better at flaunting around the influence. So they feel like they could build up their influence better if they had Tara back. Let's see.
Send the clone.
No, if anything, the clone.
Tara hears Juno say send the clone, and Tara Prime perks up and says, huh, well, it looks like one of you has actually got some intelligence in those brains of yours. I was actually working with the Terra clone my whole way down here to prepare her to take over on the headquarters base of operations. Makes perfect sense to me. You've got 2 Terras. We have the identical brain capacity. She's got memories of the Iron Blooded organization, but she can put her own unique twist on it, which I'm sure will be to everybody's benefit. After all, it always helps to have a new set of eyes, even if they are my own. I see nothing wrong with this plan.
As long as you say she's ready, boy, then.
I think she's ready. Of course, she came out of that capsule ready. I've just been cluing her into the idiosyncrasies of what to expect from here on.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like 2 of the members are all for it. Cam?
You don't trust your own, right hand?
Do I trust Tara? Yes. Do I
Okay,
trust
that should be
a
the end of it
clone
then. That should be
by
the end of it then.
by fucking Dr. Giro over here? Fuck no. Have you read this goddamn notebook? This man's a fucking psycho.
I trust Tara, and I trust Tara's judgment.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I feel outvoted. So
Here's the other thing. Wouldn't you rather, with this whole time dilation shit we're constantly going through, wouldn't you rather have Tara here where, it's not going to be such a big time fuck?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's perfect. It fits. Also, if things go horribly wrong, we've got Tara on our side.
Mm-hmm. And if things go horribly wrong back at base, then our team is efficient enough to handle it.
I want constant situation reports from this clone.
Sounds like
As
Cam.
constant as they can be.
It sounds like Cam is on board as long as regular updates are forthcoming. Clone Terra is all for it. She's gung ho. She's ready to go. She wasn't sure of what.
She is.
She was. She elbows Terra Prime and she's like, for a second there, I thought Cam was just gonna, toss me out the back of the shuttle.
I actually like break out laughing because I know that he's told me that.
But yeah, Terra Clone is all for it, and she was she's glad
That is
to
a fairly inefficient death.
have job security, basically. So she, with your permission, will gladly hop on the next transport out of here and back to Fafnir.
Let's go.
All right, so that's handled. You can put in your mech orders to get printed out. What else do you want to do? You pretty much so. The facts as we see them. You have rescued Terra. Terra is currently with you. You have rescued Chester, but you sent him away to the Del Centos medical facility to try and get him out of the coma. It sounds like he is out of the coma, but the doctors are saying there have been unexpected developments. As a reminder, from last mission, Chester sank into the coma, and you heard about the Del Centos medical facility, and you decided to send him there because they had cutting-edge technology. When you sent them there, they asked you to sign off on any research and development that occurred with Chester under their supervision. They had full rights, so any technologies or any discoveries or any medicines that came from researching Chester would be the sole property of Del Centos Medical Facility. You also, Cam made the decision to say that, if he wakes up and starts talking, everything he says is probably just insane ramblings because of trauma. Janky didn't take kindly to that, and Janky was like, that wasn't cool. We shouldn't treat him like that. So you had a little bit of tension there, but, Cam told it to the doctors and then hung up. So, there's that hanging over. And last but not least, when you rolled the skill check about sending Chester off to Del Centos, you had to choose a couple of things. And the things that you chose were, number one, things are going to go wildly off plan, and two, it's going to be really damn risky. And the doctors themselves said that it was possible that some memory loss may occur, depending on how much... Because a coma is like a result of brain damage. So they told you to expect the possibility of memory loss. So that's fact number 1, or 2 or 3, or whatever we were on. Fact number 2 is that you do have basically a galactic GPS homing you into where Argo Pascal, father of Juno Pascal, and seemingly the only one who is able to crack Matt Banner's security clearance. You have a GPS locator that's telling you he is on Planet Inoth, which is home to House Basho, and is basically a giant mining colony. Those are the facts presented before you. What do you wish to do? Or you could hang out on Bombas and, go to more turtle races, take in some beach.
Can we take Terra to the fucking theme park?
You can. For sure you can. You can have another full adventure on Bombas.
Take the clone too. It needs to experience what a roller coaster feels like.
The clone is out on the first shuttle.
Is the clone out on the first shuttle, or is Janky Leaks taking the clone to the Adventure Cove?
I'm taking the clone. You can't stop me. I'm treating this like a normal human being.
I mean, I Chester, and whatever these yahoos have to say.
You cut out a tiny bit, but it sounded like you want to check in on Chester and you want to know what these yahoos have to say. All right. So Cam is interested in going to find Chester. Juno is interested in going to find Chester. Janky definitely wants to at least take a day, because y'all been, well, yeah, you've all been stuck on a starship for the past almost 2 months, or almost 20, no, yeah, almost 2 months. So Janky wants to stretch his legs a bit, have a little bit of fun, see some other people for once for a little bit, and wants to, you know, treat this clone like what it is, a living, breathing person. Janky does, in fact, take the clone to Adventure Cove and has a great time. Fantastic, great time. And indeed, you do catch yourself, you know, it's a clone of Terra, but hot dang, it is a clone of Terra. You catch yourself not being able to tell the difference. Feels like you're just hanging out with Terra.
Yeah. Love that.
Meanwhile, your mechs are being printed. Does anybody have any other pressing business or activities that they wish to accomplish or check into before?
This is gonna be hard. I want to delve deeper into the writings / journal.
You've learned all that you can learn by yourself on the journal.
Yeah.
If you want to get more information from it, you'd have to give it to an expert, and they would have to take time to study it.
Right. That's where the struggle is, because I don't know. I don't think, off the top of my head, Cam knows anyone that Cam would trust who has the medical skill to decipher this, that I outright trust to go through like a mad scientist fucking journal.
Yep. So it sounds like you're gonna hold on to it.
Yeah, but I think that is in the back of Cam's mind, something he is looking for. Someone he could trust who has the
it's a pretty short list of people Cam can trust.
Yeah.
So there's that. But anywho, Janky Leaks has a great time. Concord is gonna check in on Myrtle the Turtle.
Oh,
Myrtle.
hell yeah. The money maker.
Myrtle the Turtle. Mission reserves. Did I put Myrtle the Turtle on here? Where the heck did I put Myrtle the Turtle? There she is. Myrtle the Turtle, Racing Tortoise sponsorship, +4 to racing checks. Myrtle the Turtle has been racing it up in these past basically 2 years, and tortoises live a long time, so you know they're good for a long road ahead of them. +4 to racing checks. Let's see what the past couple of seasons. Whoa, man, Myrtle is killing it. 17 + 4. That is over 20. So yeah, in the past couple of seasons, Myrtle has made a significant amount of cash, a significant amount of bamboos. We're gonna say each of you roll a D10. Three, 7,
Oh.
1. 371 multiplied by 1. Well, that's lame. Multiplied by 2. 371 multiplied by 2 is 371 times 2. We're going to round it up to $1,000. Myrtle the Turtle has made $1,000, which is that's just your cut, you know, because it's your sponsorship towards the Racing Tortoise. So other people get cuts, but normally you don't get that much in your cut. Somebody's knocking on my door. Hang on a second. I'm back. Sorry. So yeah. I think last time you got your payout from Myrtle, it was from one season. It was only like $100, and that was just your cut. So 1,000 over a course of a couple of seasons. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. So I'm gonna add that to your Bombus specific reserves if you chose to do anything else on Bombus. 1,444.
I want to buy a souvenir for the clone.
What kind of a souvenir do you wish to buy for the clone?
Is there
Oh my
anything that
God.
Clone Terra has been eyeing in the souvenir shops?
You buy her a souvenir. It's something cool. You don't need the specifics on it. You buy her a souvenir. It's something cool. It costs $47, so now you have an even 1,400 Bombus.
Cool. Little
There
something
we
to
go.
go home with.
All right. In the meantime, your mechs are being prepped. And so it sounds like your next course of action is to go to Del Centos to check in on Chester, correct?
Yep.
All right. Once again, it takes about a little less than a week to get there in subjective time. Real time, it's a little less than a month. How are you going to get there? Anywhere.
Previous ride out of the question now?
It is not.
Yeah, we ride it till the wheels fall off. What do
We
you mean?
really need our
Okay.
We really need our ship back.
House-
we really need our ship back.
House Rattown continues to be your patron, and they will indeed take you. Are you going to load up your mechs as well?
At this point, if I have a jumpsuit, I've got like House Rattown like patches all over me as if I'm a NASCAR fucking sponsor.
Yeah. So, do you wish to load up your mechs?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you load up your mechs. Once again, you can print mechs on Bombus, but you can only outfit them on the Starship. The Starship does not have printing capabilities, it just has outfitting capabilities. So you choose, basically right now you have to choose your frame, and then you can load it out however you want on the ship. So, is everybody going to take the last frame that you used, the Monarch, the Saladin, and the Balor, or are you going to change it up?
Yes. Well, I'm gonna take the same.
Yeah, I'm taking my.
I am
yeah.
outfitting Unwelcomed Advice X2.
All right, you jump on the shuttle and you journey to Inoth. The trip is uneventful. Or not Inoth, you journey to Del Centos. The trip is uneventful. We are now off of Beach Planet, so no more beach playlist. Let's see. You make it to Del Centos. And you hightail it to the medical research facility that you have heard so much about. It is definitely top of the line. You can tell even from your approach from orbit that this place is the best of the best. Super high tech, super cutting edge. Del Centos itself is home of House Dravania. It is temperate and lush, forever hazy beneath a thick mist that all but blocks out the sun. And yeah, it's famous for its massive medical research facility, which uses the unique flora and fauna of the planet to develop treatments and vaccines to illnesses known and unknown. You sent Chester here to try and wake him up from his coma. You meet with the staff at the medical research facility, and they are happy that you are here, and they give you the rundown of the situation. The doctors here were able to stabilize Chester and bring him out of the coma. He is awake, and he is healthy. When he woke up, however, he would not stop talking. And the doctors here, they took note of Cam's warnings that anything that Chester said would likely be some inane ramblings resulting from the mental trauma that he suffered. And so they did, at first, prescribe him basically what's the... starts with a Z? I don't know. They described him some medication to, like, even him out and calm him down. There you go, Zoloft. Isn't that, like, antidepressant or something? I don't know. I picked a medication.
Pretty sure. Isn't... Oh, no, wait. I think Haldol's an antipsychotic.
Well, they gave him some medication because they took Cam's warning to heart. But the medication didn't seem to make any difference. And because the medication didn't seem to make a difference, and because this is a research facility, they decided to put Chester under observation, because he just would not stop talking. Even in his sleep, he would fall asleep and lose consciousness, but he would still continue to talk. So they put him under observation, and they observed him both through human senses and through electronical sensors, MRIs, and whatnot. And after about a week of observation, Chester's ramblings were deciphered, as the doctors put it. The facility itself is under the control of House Dravania, and it has several different NHPs here keeping the place operational and assisting with all the functions and assisting with all the healthcare protocols and research protocols that are going on here. It's a big facility, and so humans alone wouldn't be able to handle it. So obviously NHPs are here as well. The NHPs, the House Dravania NHPs, were part of the team that was observing, and they saw an undercurrent of information that was lost to the human intellect. And the NHPs started reacting of their own accord to this new information. It appears that they took the audio waveforms of Chester's speech and they combined it with all the electronic data that had been recorded from the observation. MRI results, CAT scans, all the brain activity, all the futuristic sensors that they had hooked up to him. And they combined all that data, and the doctors were surprised to see the results, because the results indicated a schematic for an NHP casket, unlike anything that they had ever seen before. If you'll recall, just a moment ago I said the IBO signed a release granting House Dravania rights and access to all technologies and research gleaned from the treatment of Chester. Because you signed that release, of course, they had to build this casket. Once built, however... Yeah, they had to, for the pursuit of research.
No, okay, I'm sorry. I got angry.
Once built, however, the team was unable to figure out how it was supposed to function. None of the Dravania NHPs seemed to be compatible with it, nor any of the outside NHPs that they attempted to house in the casket would accept it. House Dravania does have a program where they create new NHPs, and even newly created NHPs were unable to interface with the casket. Part of the ramblings that Chester had been saying, most of it was unintelligible jargon, but sometimes he would lapse into lucid moments where he would talk about what had happened, and talk about the experiences and his memories that had happened. And, in that rambling, he, of course, mentioned the adventures that you had all had, and he mentioned how you all found the NHP Goemon on a derelict spaceship, and it was like unlike anything else you'd ever seen. And so because you had all interacted with that NHP, they're asking if you could take a look at this casket and see if you can make heads or tails of it, and see if it resembles the Goemon NHP casket in any way. And so they bring you in to Chester's hospital room, where Chester is sitting with also 3 doctors who are all eager to see you. Chester is on the hospital bed. He does not have prosthetic arms installed. It seems he made the decision to take out the cybernetic enhancements that seem to have been augmented by Matt Banner. And so he is simply flesh and blood Chester now. Oh boy, it's been a while since I've seen any of you. Chester definitely... Oh shoot, Chester has been here for like 4 years. Well, it's been a while since I've seen all of you together.
There's no way.
Alright. That was above the table, not in character. Alright,
No, mine was absolutely in character.
Janky, it's good to see that you have not lost your sense of
Don't say my name ever again.
childlike wonder. Although I still doubt you could beat my high score in the racing simulators.
You think what about now? Do you think I can do it now? Since he doesn't have
Well,
arms.
me, as some dark humor there, Janky. I'll give you that one.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, he's got Chester is there.
I'm gonna survey the room a little bit, kind of look, because has this, before we go in, Cam wants to ask the doctors, like, has this been his quarters the whole time he's been here, or have you guys moved him around? Like, what's...
In the beginning, they moved him around from specialty to specialty because, you know, several departments had their different specialties. Some specialties were in MRIs, some specialties were in the physiological makeup and prosthetics and whatnot. But after they put him under observation, this has been pretty much where he's been. So the significant amount of time he's been here. But no, they did move him around quite a bit in the beginning.
And there is, I would assume, some kind of monitoring system watching over him.
Yes, of course. All the facilities are under very strict security.
Okay. Cool. Feel like I have a lay of the land now.
First thing I want to ask is directly to Chester, is have they been treating you well here?
Oh yes, they've been treating me quite well. It's a fantastic facility, this place. Apparently, I was out of my gourd for a little while, but I feel fine now. I feel good. I feel ready.
Ready for what?
What have you got, Janky? What have you got?
I've got nothing. I've just come here to make sure you're okay.
Man's talking like a lancer.
I'm sorry, did you see the last performance?
Oh, harsh.
He wasn't talking like a lancer then, was he?
You know what? If that's what you want to do, by all means, go ahead.
I'm trying to talk this man up.
He's fine. I hope.
Chester chuckles to himself and he says, I did miss all of you. And I want to apologize. Now that I have been here, under treatment, I've had time to reflect. I've had time to see what Matt Banner did to me. I've had time to meditate on my actions, about what I've done, about where my life has led me. So first and foremost, I wish to apologize to all of you for everything I did. Whether it was something as small as annoy you by asking you questions about your mech, whether it was however many thousands of dollars I may have caused in property damage during training. Or if it may have been more personal if I injured any of you in the fight that Matt Banner convinced me that I had to fight, I apologize. Haven't seen you in 4 years. It seems like even longer than that, since my mind has not been my own. And this is how I wish you to remember me. Not as a snot-nosed, confused, easily manipulated intern, but as a man, humbly offering his apology before you.
Why are you saying this as if you're dying? Come on, we're gonna get some clothes on you. You're coming back with us.
If I had hands right now, Janky, I would give you a hug.
I'll give him a hug.
As you go in to give him a hug,
Oh no.
he whispers into your ear, "Thank you, Janky, and goodbye."
Oh no.
At that moment, the wireless suite in Juno Pascal's rifle boots up of its own accord, and you can see the casket that was on a corner on a table in the corner of this room lights up. And Janky, as Chester presses his head against the side of yours, is a thank you, and he whispers into your ear. You can feel his head go limp. The doctors are reacting like crazy as all their machines start to flatline. They push you away, Janky, and they bring out all their instruments and all their shots of adrenaline and all the crash carts that aren't actually for when people go into flatline, but they do it anyway because it's a movie cliche. And they try and bring him back. But Chester has died.
I'm going to gather my team.
You're gonna have to
And
drag me away.
that is perfectly fine. I will pick you up. We in the commotion, if at all possible, and I know it will be seen on the cameras later, I am also going to grab the casket, as hopefully there's enough commotion to give us time to get out.
You sidle your way up to the casket, but as you approach, one of the doctors gets in your way. Says, "I'm sorry, sir, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. There are certain protocols that are in place for when a patient dies, and you're going to have to sign several forms of paperwork. There's going to be a lot of paperwork for you to do." Basically, they're actively blocking you as they see you go towards the casket.
Do I see this?
Yes?
Okay, then I am full jumping over Chester, tackling that doctor to the ground and being like, "You killed him! You killed him!"
Janky jumps over and in a fit of grief shouts out, "You killed him! Why? Why did you kill him?" And there is a great deal of commotion. Cam continues to inch towards the casket on the table, and other doctors, seeing what's happening, are running to intercept. And everybody is talking loudly. Janky is hysterical. Cam is trying to make his case and get over to the casket.
I think once Janky does that, I think it's just time for full-on
And as Cam
ruckus.
Keeney gets a certain gleam in his eye, a voice
Yeah.
seems to emanate from everywhere and nowhere in the room. Doesn't anybody want to know what I think? It is the voice of Chester.
Yep.
Yeah.
I figured that.
Everybody stops.
Ain't no way you just turned into a tin can.
Everybody stops and looks towards the casket on the table. I'm
my
afraid-
hands are like fully still like Looney Tunes reaching for it. like
Chester-
oh, we're all paying attention to this now?
Chester's voice continues. I'm afraid that this was the only way that I could continue to assist you. My body would not have been useful to you in its state. And my mind inside that body would not have been useful. I had suffered too much, I had lost too much, and I had inflicted too much grief. My mind was changed after Matt Banner. Somehow, some way, I absorbed certain knowledge that he had, and it led me to the conclusion that we must fight fire with fire. Matt Banner has transformed himself into an NHP, and apparently unknowingly bequeathed the technique into my subconscious. As soon as that casket was constructed, I knew what I had to do. And so here I am, ready to take the fight to Banner. I have transcended human thought. I can see patterns and undercurrents and process data upon the quantum realm outside of your understanding. One of the perfect tools to fight an NHP is another NHP.
Okay. But how did you think this was gonna go when the only other point of reference for us for someone that has put themselves into an NHP has also been our worst enemy in our entire lives?
The world, the universe, is full of positive... The universe always balances itself out. Matt Banner has been the worst nemesis that you have ever had. But on the other side of the spectrum, there was a young, innocent intern, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, who wanted nothing more than to be your friend.
Yep.
And I ask
And you
once
are a
again,
friend.
let me
You
be
are a
your
friend.
friend and help you.
I love all of that. This speech is great, and I love you a lot, Chester. And I really don't even think you needed to go this far, but I will say this for the commotion that is going to happen next. In the future, save the hero speech for after we've gotten out of the sticky situation.
What sticky situation? When you got in here, didn't the
The one we
doctors
were
tell
current-
you that I was ready to be discharged?
No.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, they did.
But you as in the physical you, not you as in okay.
Some of the doctors pick up what you're putting down and they say, "That's right! You signed an agreement! All technology and research that has resulted from research from this treatment is
I'll
ours."
kill you right now. Do not fuck with my friend like this.
Chester speaks up. Once again. The agreement that was signed granted you all rights and research to technologies and etc. Of materials gleaned from researching me, but you have no jurisdiction to hold an entity against its will. NHPs are classified as non-human persons with their own set of rights and privileges. We learned from the very beginning that NHPs could not be oppressed. There's a whole bunch of Lancer lore that you can reference, but you all know that yes, NHPs are not to be treated as second-class citizens. And so, If you wish to pursue this legal course, I'm sure the Union would have a great deal to say about it.
Oh, we're
Fuck yeah,
involving
get their
so-
ass.
We're involving so many more people.
Upon the reference of NHP politics, the Del Santos doctors seem to be taken by surprise. You sense that there's something more going on there, but in the immediate time, they give ground and they allow you to take Chester, and they will not oppose you. They will not bring any legal action into this. At the mention of Union, at the mention of NHP rights, they back off. So, are we ready to go?
Man, I really
Yeah.
thought I was gonna have
Hell
to
yeah.
shoot a few people.
Cam,
Yeah.
violence is not always the answer.
It's not always the answer, but it is the biggest key.
Hey, it's great stress relief, if anything.
Opens a lot of doors. You'd be surprised. Okay. Hey, nice meeting you guys. Thank you for the hospitality. Don't mention this to anyone, even though you're gonna mention it to everyone. Have a good day.
You get the feeling that spending more time on Del Santos would probably not be in your best interest.
Oh no,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
no,
get the fuck outta
we are fully like we are walking backwards into our ship, hands on guns, just
If
in
we could have
case.
done this transaction as a drive-through, we would have.
I kind of knew this is how this was going down, and I'm just like, yeah.
All right. You take off from Del Santos with a familiar yet new ally in your midst. NHP Chester.
Can I draw some googly eyes on the camera?
NHP Chester functions much like any other portable NHP Chester functions similarly to the Enlightenment class NHP that Juno has. So basically, Chester. So yes. Chester is basically a free Enlightenment class NHP. You can install him on a mech as long as it does not have an AI tag already, and then he can function as that. He can give the functions of the Enlightenment NHP, which allows you to like re-roll a skill check from your mech and use the new result. And obviously, he has all the computing power of an NHP, which he claims is on the same level as Matt Banner. Which leads some of you to the conclusion that, hey, Chester could interpret that telemetry data that Banner stole from you.
Let's do it.
The pilot asks you, the pilot says, well, that was a short visit. I thought you said you were going to bring back one of your friends.
Yeah, we did.
I need you to take us to your leader.
I'm sorry, what was that? Take us where?
To your leaders post haste.
Oh, so we're going back
We
to
needed
Bombus
be
then.
There. We needed to be there yesterday.
You want to go back to Bombus?
Can we just tell them that we're going this far now?
Yeah, we could, but shit's. Oh,
I mean,
shit's
if
gonna
you
hit
need
the
to tell
fan.
them something in person, hey, you got to. But
Oh, we're going back to Bombus. The guy gives Janky a wry smile. Just couldn't stay away from the princess, now could ya?
hey.
Ooh,
Look,
Oh,
I messed that up. That
Ooh.
was mad
Why-
awkward.
I almost hit this man in the face. Okay.
Chester pipes up. Cam, do I need to go through some breathing exercises with you?
Sure, soon. Not right now.
I don't
Not
remember
right
you
now.
being so violent last time I saw you. You must have
From
had some
now
hard
on.
times. I am sorry, my friend. We will make it through this, don't you worry.
From now on, I'm imagining Chester as Tars from Interstellar.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Kinda
Tarzan
watches
AI?
it once a week.
I watch it every year. I mean, it's that good to me.
All right. You know what? Hold on. But before you set a destination, I think me and my team just need a moment. We've had a lot happen over the course of a few days, and we haven't had a proper sit rep. But we definitely do not. We do need to no longer be here now.
Yeah, just
Destination
put
will
us
be
in like
forthcoming.
low space for a bit, and while we like figure out where we're going.
All right. And they jump into low orbit. We'll say high orbit. They jump into high orbit on Del Santos.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Yeah. Oh. We find a room. Sam lets out the world's biggest sigh and just all my muscles relax
What do you mean?
and then immediately tense back up.
You good? What is going on with you?
And in and out. And in. Hold it out.
We have, in the course of at least, I don't know, 10 months to 10 years, have had not one, but two people that we know commit a possible atrocity to the establishment of the current like world universe. Fucking this is the
Bro, I mean,
establishment
you would feel that
of
after the first one, it
universe.
would just get easier.
Yeah, it would be so much easier if the cards weren't dealt to just us. And this is slowly becoming one of
Hey,
those
but
things.
think about the stories that are gonna live on forever.
Yeah, yeah. You know what would be great if we had at some point had the upper hand on at least one person who fucking became an intergalactic server. At least once. If we had just had the upper hand one time on someone doing
I'm
this.
taking a slight bit of offense when you keep saying the upper hand. Ha, that was a joke to try and loosen the tension.
Oh my god.
I swear to God, if you had a face, I would hit it so
Oh,
hard.
man.
What happened to you, Cam? You used to be fun. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
that
No,
was
you
for-
didn't. Ah, that's another joke.
Cam's going through it right now. I don't know what to tell you.
The cat is slowly no longer in the box. Schrodinger is dead. And people know. Okay?
What do you
What
want,
do-
Cam? What do you want? Just lay it out on the table. What do you want?
I wanted to control the
No,
dissemination.
no,
of
no, no.
information.
Not what you wanted. What you want
Uh-huh.
now, here in the present.
Yeah. Okay. I think that is the problem, right? The what I want is gone. And now what I want is to wish that I still had the box. But the box is gone. It's gone. It's fucking gone.
You're living in the
Fucking
past,
gone.
Cam. You're living in the past.
Yeah.
Take the
constantly,
situation you
always.
are in and move forward. What is the plan now? Not what is the plan that could have been. What is the plan now, Cam? What will you do?
What are those breathing exercises again?
And in and out. Ha, ha, ha. In. Ha, ha, ha.
All right. Oxygen is flowing to my brain again. We are going to have to move quickly. Matt Banner is a mega level threat. I watched this really old movie called The Avengers.
Okay.
And we're gonna get blamed for a lot of things. Because Matt Banner doesn't exist.
What do you mean?
As far as the rest of the universe knows, Matt Banner is in a jail cell.
Yeah.
And we know that that is just a pile of garbage cells that doesn't mean anything. And the actual Matt Banner is roaming the universe.
Yeah, and we're trying to
And
catch him, right?
yeah, and we are.
So
And we are.
we should go to
And
that.
we kept it to ourselves for so long. Now
Bro, who
another person.
cares?
I mean, at some point, people are
When
going
it catches up to us, it catches up to us. Right now, we've got bigger fish to fry.
We
Yeah.
do, we do.
We do.
But
Cam,
that-
Cam,
as
if I
close
may.
as the finish line is getting, that start line is coming right up on our
Cam.
ass.
Cam Keeney, Chester says. Cam Keeney, if I may. What are you worried about? I'm trying to get to the root
Mhm.
of things. What are you worried about?
Okay. This is what I'm worried about. I am worried about the union, the people whose ship we're on, and everyone else in the star system. Like, we know some of the atrocities this man has committed, at least personally to us. I don't know what the fuck else he is out here doing, because we've just been playing it close to the ear, but
So
we
you're worried that Matt Banner has intentions of universal domination, correct?
oh yeah, well no, we know he does.
So, what are you going to do to stop him?
I no longer know. I haven't known for a while.
Well then, we have to make a plan. Janky Leaks, what are you worried about? What do you want to do? What is the path
we gotta
forward?
go find the tracker that Argo gave us.
Argo has, yeah.
A tracker on
That's the next
Argo.
step.
That seems a logical next step. Juno, what do you want?
I want to follow that tracker.
Juno wants to follow the tracker. Cam, it seems like you desire above all else to stop Matt Banner once and for all. Correct?
It's been the deal from fucking 21 Jump Street, yeah.
Then put one foot in front of the other. Take what you have, formulate a plan, and strike back. Matt Banner thought to break you by breaking up your crew, taking your ship, but you've steadily been taking it back. Take heart. You have lost a great deal, but you are gaining it back. Gaining it back and then some.
I was just about to say that.
And if you're worried about... if you're worried about... Never mind. He doesn't say... No. Disregard. Strike that from the record. And so, are we in agreement? We find Argo.
Yes.
We
Argo's
find
been waiting a long time.
Argo. Then it seems you should set course for Inoth.
Yeah.
Tara jumps
do
in.
it.
Well, don't everybody chime in at once. Yo, pilot, we're going to Inoth. Yes, ma'am, says the pilot.
That's our Tara.
The journey.
So you said you were I'm saying this to Cam. So you were saying something about an Avengers movie? Is that get serious?
Yeah, it's really long.
Really? How many? What? It's a show?
It's a series of movies, I think.
How many?
Too many.
Yeah, there was like you had to, yeah, you don't have to watch all of them, but you kind of have to watch all of them. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of things. So like there was all the Iron Man ones, the uh the Captain Americas. Well, you know what? And then there was something about episodic things in there too.
Are you?
Like uh
Oh, I'm astounded. Did you just say Iron Man? We're the Iron Blooded Orphans. We're not the
wanna
Iron Blooded
say
Orphans.
anything.
Look, I downloaded it off of an intergalactic server that had terrible kerning on the
Please
letters.
tell me. I just want to imagine it's a fucking like fan made Iron Man remake.
The journey to Planet Inoth will take about 17 days subjective time and about
Oh, shit.
6 months real time.
Long enough to download the adventures.
Every night is movie night.
Tara, being the business-minded one, looks up some information about Planet Inoth. We've all heard the blah-blah-blah, it's a mining planet. Planet Inoth is... It's gonna be a familiar landscape on Planet Inoth.
Oh,
Many of the mountains of Inoth are active volcanoes, and pools of liquid
Oh,
rock
my.
are a common sight. For mechanical purposes, when the characters move into areas of molten rock or lava for the first time on their turn or start their turn there, they take 5 AP energy damage and 3 heat. However, unlike burning discs, there is no additional heat penalty for taking heat.
Okay. So as long as I don't have some crazy lady pushing me into lava, I'll be fine.
No comment.
Um. All right. We have to talk about it. Who's installing Chester?
I kind of think you need to. That's just grounding you.
Fuck you. Um.
Bro, just put him in the slot.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking over my mech now. Trying to see.
That is an excellent point. You can look over your mechs and change your loadout if you so desire. As always,
gotta-
you're not locked in until we're
How
boots
about
on the
this?
ground.
You said
big
you
is
said that
Chester?
Chester would be the equivalent of an Enlightenment class NHP, right?
Correct.
So would that stand to reason that it also takes 0 system points to install it?
Correct.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. The whole time I've been looking for something to take out because I knew I knew it was gonna be me. Oh!
Sounds like it's going to be Cam.
Yeah, it's gonna be Cam.
All right. Anybody going to change their loadout? If you are, please do so. I have put them on what you posted in the Discords. So if you want anything different based on any information that you've heard,
Oh, I'm still LL10.
are you? Maybe I leveled you up in CompCon, but not here.
Oh, I might have manually edited all my stuff up to current settings.
Doink.
Okay, for me to hit just a full repair button, so I have all my.
Oh yeah, you can full repair.
Can I fully heal?
Ooh,
Literally
I only have
just
like
said
3
that.
health.
License level 11, but did I change any? Also, you can, if you took off any armor and gear, because you did not have armor and gear for the last mission, put all that back on.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, let me look at my
My
pilot.
hard suit.
Where's my stuff? Man, I really shouldn't have deleted everything.
That's not
Let's
why
see.
I need that.
Pilot roster. Juno Pascal. Does everything match up? 2, 6, 6, 2, 2, 6, 6. I did not. Huh, interesting. That.
I put. Do I put? Oh, do I have to?
You
go
find it
here?
in pilot items and you just drag it and drop it.
I was talking
Tactical.
out loud.
I was also talking out loud. I was simply talking out loud, telling you how to put armor on.
Hey, pilot armor.
Don't worry, Cam Keeney. I will help you put your armor on.
Oh my god, get away from me! Yeah.
the
Assault
the
hard suit.
aggressive shifts that Cam Keeney has displayed. There was a time when you were ready to die for Chester. Now you're just saying, "Get away from me."
No, I still am, but I'm slowly losing my mind.
And takes one nap, and he's out for blood. Oh, there it is, brutal. Doink. And
I forgot what sidearms I had.
you get up to 2 weapons. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look it up on ComCon and then put it back on
There. Got the
player
shock.
sheet.
3. There we go.
I had an assault hard suit, a flex suit, mag clamps, corrective, light signature, and a medium AC. Put this over here for a second.
That plus accuracy, can I put it on a weapon?
Okay,
What'd you
flex
just
suit,
say? Accuracy something?
The plus accuracy that we got to a skill or an action.
Get rid.
To a skill or an action. By definition, an action is any one of the actions that you can take. Quick action, full action. So, for example, you could apply it to the skirmish action.
Oh,
That's how I'm interpreting it.
that's even better. Yeah, I'll do it to the skirmish action.
Alright. You remember that, because I probably won't.
One thing I wish this had was like a. I know it cares about most things being on the max, but I wish it had a reset button for the pilots.
There's not a whole lot to reset.
Well,
Only thing that ever really changes for pilots is health. You can change your gear pretty much whenever you want.
mm-hmm. I think Cam is good. And I think unwelcome advice. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to change. I thought there was something else I was supposed to have access to. Was that something? Do I not have access to that? Yeah.
All right, Juno, you changing anything?
I've changed my mech so far. I just have my stats. I need a point in the hull. I'm just looking at my CompCon cross-referencing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, line it up to whatever your CompCon says.
I don't know how to add a point to hull. I think that's all I need. You got my brutal point.
You go into your pilot page and you just give yourself a point in hull. Pilot tactical, very top. Are you able to make it a change?
Don't think so.
Really? Huh.
Um. While we are all doing this, though, I'm gonna have Cam take a little bit of a moment with Chester while he installs him into unwelcome device.
Yes, Cam. What can I do for you?
Okay, I'm sorry. I had an above the table moment. Um. Look, look. All right. This has just been a lot of stress from the word go. You know, you have a lot of people whose livelihoods and, for all intended purposes, even lives, have come to depend on the things you and your friends do. And when everyone got kidnapped by Matt Banner, that was hard, you know? That was fucking rough. And the amount of time and effort and subterfuge and everything else that we did to even get this far has only recently dawned on me. And watching you have to go as far as you did to push us, what, and I don't want to minimize anything you did, but to just push us one step further in completing our goal feels like no matter what we do, no matter what we accomplish, nothing is going to nothing's going to ever really equal that sacrifice. And I know it's a decision you made of your own choices and your own volition, but it's really, really hard. Especially after what I've already seen has happened to Tara and what I've seen has happened to you, and the things that I can imagine are possibly happening to Dumbo or Juno's father. And like this hunt for me started in a lot of selfish ways, and there's a lot of selfish intent still in it. But seeing what everyone else has had to give is really starting to hit me.
No one said this was going to be easy, Cam Keeney. On a
No one ever
conflict
no.
of this scale, there are always going to be difficult parts. If it's just now hitting you, then be glad it's happening now instead of at the beginning giving you doubts. For it's far harder to start a thing when you have doubts than it is to finish. You've come this far, Cam Keeney. It's okay to have doubts, but you must finish what you've started. If you... I know you're not pitying me. I know it's merely difficult for you to see what you consider to be a sacrifice. In some ways, I can see how it was a sacrifice, but now that I have a different state of mind, I can only try to express in words that it was not, in fact, a sacrifice. It was merely another step. Merely another step in what had to be done. And because of you, Cam Keeney, you and Juno and Janky, I knew that I would be able to take that step. I took it willingly. I did it because I care about the same things you care about. I know that everybody has been affected by the machinations of Matt Banner. You, in particular, have had it rough. Very rough. It seems that Matt Banner may have stolen more from you than the others. But
I mean,
in times of hardship, perhaps you can remember what you're fighting for, remember what you have lost, and think, perhaps, what would Beacon say if she were still here now? Would she tell you to curl up into a ball of regret? Would she tell you to fight? Fight as you have been fighting, fight as you will continue to fight, until the job is done. Good mercenary always gets the job done.
Yeah. But there was also another thing she always said, and I never understood until this moment. She said you can enter a battle 100 times and come out with 100 scars, and none of them will stick with you as much as the mental scars. And I get that now.
Well, that fact that you understand it now shows how much you've grown. It may be difficult. You may carry those mental scars. But in the end, when you see what you have gained, really gained, I think you'll be alright. You have the support of your entire team. You have rallied people around you that care about your well-being and will support you and will fight with you and get this thing done. I feel like that carries more weight than 1,000 scars, mental or otherwise.
Yeah, the physical ones are easy. They heal.
Mental or otherwise.
Yes. I'm expounding on my sadness, Chester. God damn it.
I know, and
fucking
I'm trying to
box,
pep talk you
bitch.
as well. You flesh
The pep
bag.
talk was fine. Great, I lost the fucking screw. I lost the screw. I don't know where it is.
That's cool. I have magnetic attachments.
Why am I screwing this in then?
I don't know. I thought it was a calming experience for you.
Walk away for a moment.
Are you ready to fight, Cam?
I've always been ready.
Then let's go fight. As you close in on Planet Inoth, after about a week of time, prepping your mechs, psyching yourselves up, doing some research on the planet, wondering what to expect, you finally get within sight. The planet is red, much like Mars, but quite a bit bigger. You know that down there on that surface is the noble House Dravania, as well as the one of the rarest and most valuable minerals in possibly the galaxy, definitely in this star system. You know that Inerium is...
Kids pop.
Inerium is... I wrote down... Where did I write it down? I lost my notes. There were a lot of random notes for this one.
Is it dust?
Hey Cam,
What up, baby?
you think remember that sponsor that we got for the IBO at the dogfighting ring? You think they would be able
Exotic.
to? Yeah. You think they would be able to like smuggle some like whatever? Like if we pick up a few of these like ore pieces, you think they'd be worth anything?
The mineral, you've learned, the mineral Inerium is a key component in a variety of high-tech advancements, including but not limited to NHP caskets and weapons systems and starship components. Yeah, so that's what you know. You get within orbit distance of Enoth when your ship is hailed.
Mm-hmm.
Your ship is hailed. Beep, 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 beep. Aha! Your ship is hailed as you approach the planet. The pilot switches on the comms and says, this is Rat Town Albino 101 coming in for a landing on Enoth. What's your communique? And then Rat Town Albino 101, this is Enoth Customs and Security. We request you to power down for a routine inspection. Please comply, or you will not be granted access to planet surface. Pilot switches back on. Roger that. Spinning down, engaging spin down cycle. The House Rat Town pilot that you, by chance or otherwise, you flew here with the House Rat Town pilot. He says, that's a little bit weird. I've flown Enoth trade routes a couple of times. I've never experienced a routine security inspection.
Is there any outworld information on maybe something that happened that would put them on high alert?
I've not seen anything on the trade chatter.
Interesting.
Possibly a trap.
You know what this is, Cam.
Yeah, let's be prepared for anything, but let's at this point let's let them walk into us more so than we walk into them. Let's just be ready. But let's play
Explain
our
to
cards
me.
close to the chest.
Explain to me how you wish
Mhm.
to be ready.
I think Cam is going to stay with the pilots. if the pilots have any weapons, I would like those to be loaded. I would like to possibly ask for Juno and Jinky to be in the mech hangar, and maybe one or both of them be in their mechs if they're
Oh,
going to
I'm in my
be
mech,
walking
buddy.
around. Yeah, if they're going to be walking around the ship looking for stuff. And then
So one piece of tactical information, since you are taking time to make ready. The mechs are inside of a highly pressurized and carefully regulated starship. As long as you are in space and your mechs are in the hangar and life support is active, your mech weapon systems are disabled to prevent punching holes in the ship and killing everybody.
Mhm.
You can move around to a limited degree in the hangar, but weapons are off the table.
Okay.
Sidearms
fine.
and pilot weapons are less, they pack less of a punch, so sidearms and pilot weapons are okay. Knowing that, does that change your plans at all?
Nope.
Oop. I can still squish them with my fingies.
All right, let's see. The ship looks like, I'm just going to pull this up as a reference. Since we used it once before, we can use it again. Let's see, mission 11. Where? Landing pad. You've seen. Landing pad, there we go. I'm going to pull us back here just because we can see what the ship layout is. Ignore the wreckage of the tons and tons of mechs outside.
Mm-hmm.
They've seen some trouble.
Okay, so mech hangar is here. The pilot is going to be up here. I forgot about Parker O'Brien. Parker O'Brien had a blast on Bombus, and he
Yeah, weren't we supposed to get him a job?
he got a job and then some back on Bombus. Parker O'Brien is living a good time. Living a good time.
Fucking Parker is a goddamn genius. I should have gave him the book.
Well, you forgot about him, so
Parker
this is what
too.
happens when we forget about
it's your
people.
fault. It's not my fault. It's your fault.
What do you mean it's his fault? You should have taken notes.
He's the DM. The NPCs are under his control.
Huh? If you don't interact with him, he's gonna go do his own thing, and he did. Let's see. We have to worry about Tara now as well. Tara Browning. Let's see. Concord and Tara are going to be in the cockpit with you. So there we go. We got 2 there, 3 here. All right.
Wait,
so,
I thought Cam was in the cockpit and
whoops.
Juno was in.
Yeah, but we gotta meet them, right? How are they gonna? What's the docking situation like?
The docking situation is... where is the docking situation? The docking situation is going to be from the top. So the ship that wants to docks on top, and they drop down right here in the very center of the ship, pretty much.
Okay. I'll have me and Concord be the point of contact for the tour. I assume they want to look around, ask a few questions.
All right.
And I trust
cool.
Concord as a person who knows how to kind of read a situation and knows when they need to pop off.
All right. So you spin down the engines. You give the pilot the go-ahead that you're going to let them on board, but you tell them have your weapons loaded and ready and expect the worst. So the pilots, taking your cue, the pilots, and Tara Browning also. Tara Browning's here, so she's going to give her unique logistical perspective on things. Tara is going to seal the door to the cockpit, and she's only going to open it if you give the passphrase of Ogma sees all.
All right.
And so, you begin the boarding procedures. The ship docks with yours, and you can see that indeed it is a boarding team that comes into the ship. It is a boarding team of 6 individuals. Looks like 1 commanding officer and then 5 subordinates. They all, well, the officer has just a sidearm, but the subordinates have what look to be non-lethal anti-personnel weapons. And the commanding officer greets you. Says, thank you for powering down. This won't take but a moment. And he gives a signal to the subordinates, who all start to fan out and search the ship. The commanding officer just stands there and waits. You can see subordinates running into the med bay. You can see subordinates running into the crew quarters. You can see subordinates running into the lounge. You can see subordinates running into the mech bay. You can see the commanding officer touch a finger to an earpiece, as if listening. You can hear the commanding officer reply on the earpiece. 339er. Commanding officer continues to stare at you. Roll a D. Actually, roll Cam Keeney. Yeah, you know what? Roll a D20 plus 1d6. Ooh, 19. Gonna be tough to beat, but if I can beat it, I will. Equal!
Oh.
Wow! Alright. Equal. Completely equal. So, what happens is, without warning, the commanding officer draws his sidearm, and he fires at you. You, however, were expecting some shenanigans, so you grab his wrist as soon as the weapon comes out, and the discharge blasts harmlessly upon the wall. It does, in fact, appear to be some sort of non-lethal stun gun. At the same time, Concord jumps in, and you both begin to grapple with this guy. But it appears he has augmented his body and has extreme strength. So although you have not suffered any ill effects, you have not overcome this individual anyway. It seems both of you and Concord working together is the equal of him in this particular moment. As this happens, you begin to hear shouts from the rest of the ship. It appears that everybody has suddenly and without provocation engaged in combat. Juno and Janky in your mechs in the hangar. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you were not visible in your cockpits, that you were taking steps to make it seem like the mechs were empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see how. Okay, let's see how your luck fares. Juno and Janky each roll a d20 plus 1d6 as well. Basically, because you all were making ready and made plans, you're getting advantage on all of these d20 checks to see if you can beat me. It looked like a 20 on my screen, but it was not a 20. A 5 and an 18. My roll is going to be a 7. All right. So, in the mech bay, as the search of the ship was happening, you two were being stealthy, hunkered down, being undetected. But at the same time, that kind of made it hard for you to detect what was going on the outside of your mechs. When the shooting starts, you fire up your sensors, and immediately as you fire up your sensors, it seems as though basically they put the equivalent of a car boot on your mechs. Janky Leaks, you unfortunately try and boot up too quick, and the boot activates. It's basically an electronic countermeasure that if the mech tries to be activated, it will basically detonate a localized EMP and render it inoperable. Janky Leaks, you are rendered inoperable on your mech. Juno, however, booted up the systems and is more familiar with the electronic goings-on and saw that there was something attached that shouldn't have been attached. So before she hard-powered on, she quickly beep boop beep boop blew that thing off of her mech. You can see that there was only one guy left behind in the hangar to supervise the mechs, and now that Junos has started moving, he has started shooting his weapon at your mech. Seems to be doing little damage at present, but you're not sure if it's just mere panic or calculated strategy that he keeps firing towards the head of your mech. Your cockpit doesn't necessarily need to be in the head, but he is firing at the head of your mech. Okay. All of these guys have initiated hostile boarding actions upon you. What do you wish to do in return?
I want to grab this guy with my mech hand and squish him.
Cam? Cam Keeney?
Not again.
Don't do this to us, Cam!
Oh, no.
Is my voice really that boring? No, he disconnected! Are you there, Cam?
Okay, that time it was Discord.
You're scaring
God,
us.
that
No
was
wonder
so
no
You're
one
traumatized.
responded to me
You're
earlier.
traumatizing us.
Bro, I called you on your cell phone. You know how much I thought you were actually dead?
Aw.
We debated. We heard. We can only assume it was Emily in the background. We heard them in the background. We're like, oh no, is it murder?
Oh my god. I think that's the most genuine awe I've ever heard from you.
Cam Keeney, how do you wish to react to these hostile actions?
I just assume me and Frankfurt are still wrestling this one dude, right? Because he said he's basically it's our combined might equals his.
Mm-hmm.
So, if at all possible, while we're wrestling, I'll pull out my medium AC and try to shoot him in the leg at the very least. But I'm going for maiming, not killing.
And
right
Janky
away.
Leaks, how about you? Now you're just playing practical joke, Janky Leaks. Janky Leaks, what are you doing? I swear. I swear, Panda.
Is Discord just dying?
I will. We cannot hear you, Panda, if you are talking and you can hear us. If you walked away from the. Nope. All right. Discord is apparently just dying. Panda disconnected. Are we back?
Hello?
There we go. Jesus.
Discord.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Twice.
Discord is a piece of shit.
Twice in the span of 5 minutes, giving me a heart attack that people are dying. Janky Leaks, what do you want to do?
Is there a way that I can like bang this like piece of crap to start?
You wish to attempt to you wish to attempt to bypass the car boot?
Yeah. Try to ground it to something. I don't know.
So you are all going to repel borders, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Repel borders. All right. Skill check to repel borders. Cam Keeney.
Mm-hmm.
You can repel borders by subduing this commanding officer. How do you wish to subdue this commanding officer? How do you wish to stop this commanding officer's hostile actions against you?
Take control.
Take control. Very well. You may use a take control check. Stand by while we go through the others. Juno Pascal, you're going to squish a guy in your mech.
I'm gonna squish a guy.
You're in your mech, so you will
Oh.
have a flat +5 because in your mech it is just your grit. So your check will be a flat +5. Janky Leaks, you are technically also in your mech. If you're because if you're straight up attempting to free your mech from the clutches of this boot, then you will also just use your +5 grit. If you get out and try and interact with the thing, then I would give you one of your skill checks. So I'll leave that choice to you.
My grit's +6 now.
Grit should... Is it? Grit should be...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's half
grit's
rounded
also
up.
6.
There you go. Never mind.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll do grit.
All
Let's
right.
shoot up this mech.
Okay, then. Yeah. If you all succeed, you will repel the borders. If you fail, based on the severity of your fail, bad things will happen.
Mm-hmm.
You will not repel the borders as you expect. Cam Keeney. Whoa.
Oh,
Let's blitz.
oh my god.
Cam Keeney rolled a natural 20. Janky Leaks rolled 11. Juno rolled a 4, but translated to a 10. Just barely. Just barely. All right. Cam and Concord, working together, managed to subdue this commanding officer. And at the same time... So, yeah. Cam and Concord subdue the commanding officer. They get him down. They knock him out. Juno straight up squishes and kills a man. Janky Leaks.
Oh my god.
Janky Leaks manages to do some rewiring, short-circuiting, pouring a little bit of water on it, shorting it out. Gets the mech active up and running. As the guy who was shooting at your head called for reinforcements, a couple of the other guys come in, and you deal with them handily. You two barely passed, so we're gonna say you each dealt with another one. Juno, 1 is death, 2 is not. 1 is death. Juno kills another one. Janky, 1 is death, 2 is not.
Oh, thank
2,
god.
Janky Leaks does not kill his targets. Cam, because you rolled a natural 20, I will let you choose whatever you want to do with this commanding officer.
I think me and Concord are like wrestling this dude, and we think like, oh, 2-on-1, hell yeah, and then realize he is enhanced, and kind of that little bit of woe comes over our faces of like, oh fuck, and then as a bit of the struggle starts to happen, I reach my gun and I shoot him in the knee.
Ooh, shoot him in the knee. His knee was not one of his enhanced parts, and he cries out in pain. Ooh! Ah! Ah!
Ooh.
Ah! And yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There are still 2 guys trying to force their way into the cockpit where the rest of the crew is.
Mhm.
Do you wish to? How do you wish to deal with them?
I'm gonna take the because did he also have one of these like stun guns?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna give that to Concord, and I'm gonna keep my AC. I'm gonna shoot for limbs, and Concord is just shooting the stun.
So you're just gonna open fire. No, no, give no quarter.
In the bags? That's a war crime.
Because they started it.
Jesus Christ.
All right,
I mean,
you
Killed 2 people already.
and
Are
Concord
we the baddies?
open the door and light them up.
Sometimes,
We were
yes.
attacked.
Cam, roll a d20. See if you beat
Yes.
Concord. See whose aim is better.
Oh.
Oh, Concord has bad aim today. Oh, 15. All right, 15 is good. 15 is above average. I am going to say you can choose to kill or not kill one of them, and one of them we're going to roll at random. Do you wish to kill or not kill the one?
Kill.
Oh, all right. We have a body count of 1, 2, 3, and then we have a live count of 1, 2, and this one is death, 2 is not. Oh, 1 is death. All right, we have a body count of 4 and a captive count of 2, but you have successfully repelled the boarders from your ship.
Nice.
Concord walks up and says, Ogma sees all.
We need to clear. No, it was only 6, right? Or 7 total.
6 total.
That's
4
all,
dead, 2
right?
live.
Oh, 6. I thought it was the commanding officer and 6 goons.
6 total. You have 4 dead, 2
Okay.
live.
Okay, then we're good. All right, let's round up the bodies and start the ship back up. I guess.
What are we going to do with the bodies?
Airlock them.
Well-
I hate it here. I fucking hate it here.
No,
You're just going to jettison them out into space? That's crazy.
No. We'll bring them back down to the planet, but for now, we'll put them in the hangar. I'm sure we have body bags.
We do have body bags. Vacuum sealed body bags.
Vacuum of space.
We will give them back their they're dead.
What are you going to do with the 2
So
live
we
ones?
need to get question the commanding officer as to what
You question the commanding
they-
officer as to
Yeah,
why
I know.
they did what they did.
I'm sending the other dude home.
not yet. Fucking wait.
Cam Keeney.
Mhm.
Just to see what kind of impression you make on these guys. Are you going to try? Are you going to be diplomatic or threatening in your interrogation?
I think winning the fight is threatening enough, so I will in a conversation I will come at it from a charming perspective.
Just roll a charm check just to see what kind of number we get.
There's enough death on the
Yeah, sure, now you say that.
everything as is.
Oh, jeez. Cam using up all the good roll. All right. In an unexpected twist of events, you play good cop with this guy, and he is very receptive to good cop. He spills everything. He tells you that he is not actually a custom security vessel for the planet Inoth. He is actually a pirate. He and his crew are part of a pirate organization known as Death Blitz that have been systematically inserting themselves into the mining operations here on planet Inoth. They were originally hired to infiltrate House Basho's mining operations with the sole purpose of gaining control of a mine called Prometheus Cradle. He spills the beans that their employer was only known to them as Herald, spelled like Herald, like a herald who heralds the coming of times instead of Harold in the purple crayon. And in addition to the excellent pay for the job, they were also promised revenge on a former pirate who is on their hit list for betraying their code of brotherhood. The individual in question is the former
Juno
leader
Pascal,
of the Argonauts
father.
and was sent to Prometheus Cradle some years ago. They managed to get an operative into the mining bureaucracy on the planet, and they made arrangements so that no one important would have their eyes on Prometheus Cradle. They also set up the in-orbit checks for their own gain. The pilot on your ship was right in that it is not a normal circumstance for them to do security checks in orbit. When you're on the ground, sure, they would check you out, but never in orbit. That was a new development that the pirates made up. It was a pretty overwhelming success, so you know what? You're also going to find access codes to the mine's front door. I'm going to add that to your mission reserves.
All right.
Single-use mission reserves.
I have a crazy idea.
Access codes to Prometheus
We're
Cradle
in the midst of an
front
interrogation.
door.
I know you're in the middle of an interrogation.
No, I'm just saying. Is it something we take away from this individual?
Hang
so
on,
they
I got
don't
one
hear it?
more piece of information. They don't know.
Okay.
They can't tell you anything more than that, but the leader of their pirate strike force, who goes by the call sign Pyro, spelled Pyreaux, has been in the mine for a few weeks now, digging deep, deep into the planet's crust.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. What's your crazy idea?
Can we invest in his pirate activity and take a cut?
You asking him or you asking Cam and Juno?
I mean, I'm willing to put it in like the air openly for everyone to hear. Because, you know, like, I'm assuming being a pirate, you need weapons and stuff. If we can supply you, you know, like, money to get said weapons and stuff, the spoils of war, a nice little percentage of that would come back to us because, you know, we invested early.
That is no longer morally gray area. That is
I know.
going to be chaotic evil leanings. You want to actively give somebody weapons to do crime and then take money from it.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, but I'm just saying that is that is something if House Rat Town caught wind of would not appreciate.
That's true.
Yeah. I think we've stepped in enough shit in our new shoes.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this guy can't really set that up, anyways.
Yeah. I think we table that discussion for now.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Cam says, not a bad idea, not a bad idea. On the comm links, Chester chimes in, kind of a bad idea, kind of a bad idea.
Kind of a bad idea right now.
Look, let's, you know, if we could just say that.
Am I
You know,
really
if we
going
ever
to
wanna
be
turn
the
to
moral
other
compass?
side-
Moral ambiguity has kind of been our thing, Chester. All right.
Ambiguity, yes. Outright
Let's-
financing criminal operations, no.
Let's head down to this.
We're here to stop. We're here to find Argo, are we not?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with these two guys?
Airlock 'em.
I'm gonna lock them up for now.
Juno just said airlock them, Cam.
Oh, I heard lock. That's all right. We're not jettisoning people right away.
Why?
Today,
They're pirates.
just today.
Your father was a pirate.
We're we
Was.
tried to jettison him
Is
a
the
couple
operative word.
times.
Yeah.
We tried to.
Hey,
we
maybe
do
tried
you-
to
send them
kill him
home.
a
Maybe
couple
they
times.
change their ways.
Don't you remember the circumstances of Argo becoming a pilot in the first place? He was pretty much coerced into it. How do you know these guys aren't coerced into it?
Wait, this ship they came out on is this ship capable of?
Yo, what's on the ship that's
space
over
travel?
there?
Oh, somebody wants to check the ship out.
Yeah, we need a ship that is our own.
It is not a full-fledged starship. It cannot leave the orbit of a planet. It is close-range planet orbiter meant for security purposes. It's not a long-haul
Could
vessel.
Possibly get us into.
It
a
can
base.
absolutely take you down to the surface, sure.
Oh wait, is there any loot on it?
Is there any loot on it? There's no mechs. It is not big enough to hold mechs. It was meant as a troop transport. So if you take that, you won't be able to take your mechs on it. But ooh, let's say
I'm looking for that ore.
there is no
Yeah,
ore on the
almost
ship.
on it.
You do not find
Everyone's
any
just loosely carrying it everywhere they go.
you do not find any of the
Just
ore on the
falling out of
ship.
their pockets like gold doubloons.
But you do find, I'm going to say that the commanding officer had, you see that the commanding officer had a custom weapon that looked like it was hung inside above the doorway of his officer quarter. The custom weapon in question is going to be, let's see, pilot gear, weapons. We're going to say that it is, ooh, yeah. So this guy, he's one of those guys. This is going to be a Steve weapon. It is going to function as a heavy signature weapon that does explosive damage.
Oh, nice.
And it has been customized so that it does not have the, let's see, 1 is that, 2 is that. Rolling randomly. 1 is that. 1. It does not have the ordnance tag. So normally a heavy signature weapon has the ordnance tag and the loading tag. This one does not have ordnance, so you can run and gun with this very large explosive weapon.
Nice.
Do any of you want to pick it up and take it?
Hell yeah.
Works
Sounds-
for me.
Sounds like Janky Leaks is taking it? Question mark?
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
You have to give up your other ranged weapon, your medium signature.
That's fun.
All right, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to add heavy signature, not NPC, but pilot. Pilot items, pilot weapon, heavy signature, doink, and edit does not have the ordnance tag. Still has loading, but no ordnance.
Damn. If only the loading would have gone harder.
Yeah, but flipping 10 damage, most civilians have 6 HP. No, just saying that out loud. Oh, wait, no, sorry. It's not 10 damage. It's 10 range. It's 4 damage. But even so, 4 damage. Most civilians have 6 HP.
Pretty good.
What
All
kind-
right.
What type of? What is that? is it any type of damage I want?
It's explosive damage. You choose which damage when
okay,
you
yeah.
create the weapon. So yeah, I can get in there and do this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you want to do now?
I would like to take their ship and lead our ship down to planet.
All right.
And have their captain with us on their ship so that somebody can and like one other person with me to kind of keep control of him while I pilot this thing so that any checkpoints he can tell us about and all that kind of stuff.
So who?
Whatever we have to do.
So if anybody else has opinions about Cam's ideas, feel free to chime in, of course. But Cam, who do you imagine would be on the scout ship?
Give me and Concord. Let me stick with the me and Concord team because I'd rather, if need be, Juno and Janky can hop in their mechs and cause a ruckus if need be.
So you, Concord, and the commanding officer in the scout ship, and then everybody else in the troop or in the Rat Township.
Yeah.
All right. And what are you gonna do?
So basically, because we need to get down to this planet, and I know he said he gave us the keys and all that kind of stuff, but I still don't trust that there is some maybe like passwords or something for them to fly back in. I just want to get us down to the ground safely right now. That's my main worry. Is getting us on planet safely.
All right. Anybody else have any opinions or add-ons to this plan?
No, I'm ready.
Yep, I'm good to go.
All right. So the plan, as I understand it, is the scout ship is going to lead, the Rat Township is going to follow, and you're going to go down where on planet?
To the, I guess. I would. Yeah. Let me ask him where. 'Cause I don't know anything about this planet, so like I know there's the mining. I'm assuming like town or area. Um, is the whole planet a mining operation,
Not the.
or is it specific areas?
Well, there
I would
are
assume there's some kind of living quarter areas for people.
mines scattered all across the planet. This is just the only planet that has access to the mineral Inerium. But the only mine that his pirate organization has taken control of is Prometheus Cradle. Any other mines are still in the hands of the actual House Basho.
I think we look for a town close or a hangar bay close that is under Basho's control.
Close, that is under Basho's control. So what's your
close to the?
Describe to me your
So
overall tactics strategy.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna touch down on planet. What are you gonna do?
Touchdown on planet. Get in contact with some kind of leadership for House Basho. Explain what happened to us. maybe try to make a hullabaloo so that maybe we get some free Disney points, and then maybe hand this guy over to them, and then offer our services to take back the mine from the pirates.
Anybody else have opinions?
Hmm. I guess that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I like the idea of going through the official route and giving them an offering.
Interesting. All right. All right. Cool. So, what happens is you do indeed take the ship down. The ship itself is still branded in the whatever the mining corporation logo is, because the pirate organization just infiltrated the single mine, but it's still under the guise of we're part of the global entity that mines this planet. So you can indeed touch down in whatever the nearest port is that can be close by the Prometheus Cradle mine. And yeah, you can totally go through the proper channels. You can contact House Basho. The Rat Town pilots and crew can help you get in contact with them, since they have, envoy powers. So they can get you in touch with the powers that be. And you explain the situation, that you were coming to the planet, and you were accosted by these guys, and they tried to board you, but you fought them off. And you tell them that, yeah, your organization's been infiltrated. They took over this mine. Hey, by the way, we're the Iron Blooded Orphans. Boom! Let's see how well your influence plays into this. Cam Keeney, roll a d20. And the Iron Blooded Orphanage has an influence of +3. Roll a d20 +3. If you succeed, then House Basho will... If you succeed, you'll have a leg up. If you fail, you will have less of a leg up.
Mhm.
You failed. So,
I did.
House Basho...
The good rolls are gone.
House Basho has not heard of the Iron Blooded Orphans, unfortunately. So they don't jump at the chance to hire you. Instead, they thank you for bringing the matter to your attention, and they do offer you a job to take back the mine. If you take back the mine for them, then you will indeed get in their good graces, and you may have perks and privileges not equal to what Rat Town has already given you, but you will definitely increase your standing with House Basho and get some perks.
Hell yeah.
And also
What
get
it's
the
all
name
about.
of the Iron Blooded Orphans scattered across the stars.
That's what it's all about, baby.
So do you accept the mission to take back the Prometheus Cradle?
We accept.
All right.
Absolutely.
Your mission is to take back Prometheus Cradle. Prometheus Cradle is one of the mines here on Inoth that has been taken over by pirate forces. If what you told them is true, then the House Basho individuals estimate that they won't give up the mine without a fight. The pirates the pirates definitely have a good thing going, and so it is unlikely that they will give it up without a fight. This actually presents a unique opportunity, because if any of the House Basho ships approach the place, all of their security information is networked together, so they'll have an early warning, pretty much, of, oh hey, somebody's coming out to check out the facility, make sure it's on the up and up, etc., etc., so they'll have time to prepare. If you go in unexpectedly, then you might have a greater edge that the House Basho troops would not. And so that would be... And also because you're mercenaries, you're expendable, they don't want to lose any of their people, they're happy to send you in, of course. Your mission is to take back Prometheus' cradle. And we will drop you in. So, it's 7:20. We had a bit of a delay because of circumstances. And we're about to jump into combat, as we all know, which takes quite a bit of time and effort and energy. We want to put a pin in this. I vote we put a pin in this and come back next time and engage in combat.
I'm cool with that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also down for that.
All right. I will give you a sneak peek of the battlefield. Prometheus Cradle.
I need Kaz not to die halfway through that next time.
Prometheus Cradle,
Order
once
some Red
again,
Bull.
the surface of the planet.
Somewhat.
Red Bull.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Once again, the surface of the planet has jets of magma spewing up, or lava spewing up. Magma that turns into lava once it hits the surface. So, all of these patches of either actual rivers of lava or these pockets of cracks, which are geysers, which could do damage. Those are the hazardous terrain, the dangerous terrain. Any of the clusters of little rocks, the scatterings of rocks, anything of that is difficult terrain. All of those caltrops up north, those are actual defenses that the pirates seem to have put in place. They're barricades, so those take effort to move through more than just a standard move. And there's also plenty of cover, plenty of buildings, plenty of rock formations, plenty of shipping containers. And you can see the entrance to the mine all the way up north where those railroad tracks lead. All right, we're going to put a pin in this. We're going to come back next time. Mission 12, Iron Blood in the Burning Heart. Part 1 complete. This has been a Dynamite D20 production. We're going to be back next time, probably 2 weeks from now. And we're going to jump into combat and see how well our Lancers fared against the pirate defenders of Prometheus Cradle. Thank you, anybody who is still hanging out in chat, for joining us. Anybody who's watching this on YouTube later on, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you follow the Discord channel. Make sure you follow the Twitch channel. Don't subscribe to the Twitch channel, because it's silly, in my opinion. I appreciate your subscriptions, but down with Twitch! That's going to be a new thing. How long until they ban me? Thank you once again to the excellent players. Kaz playing Cam Keeney. Xeroxia playing Juno Pascal. Panda playing Janky Leaks. See you next time, everybody. Thanks for playing.
Bye.
Bye.